Florida. We are Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz. I'm Bianchi, Mike Bianchi, sports columnist of the Orlando Sentinel. He is Kravitz, Brandon Kravitz, the hardest working man in sports media, and of course the prodigy of production, primetime Jaden Grimes, the executive producer, doing his thing, pressing all those buttons over there that I don't understand, but he makes us come out sounding beautiful. We're coming to you live from Orlando, Jacksonville, Tallahassee, all points in between on the iHeart Radio app and, of course, on the YouTube machine as well. We want to hear from you throughout the course of the show. You can enter that rage cage. Yeah, that's that red talkback microphone at the top of the iHeart app. Press that microphone and you can rage away. You can also text us on the Mills Air text line. That's 50857. It's a Meltdown Monday. It's an Overreaction Monday. It's a Champs and Chumps Monday. Krabby Krabs. There are a lot of reasons for people to communicate with us today.
And it's Groundhog's Day, so I'll have an update for you coming up in the middle of the 3 o'clock hour on what Puxatani Phil has in store for us over the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, he popped up over at the Kia Center, I heard, and the Magic have 6 more weeks of shooting three-pointers very badly.
That damn Phil never delivers any good news. Go back in the ground, Phil. You're useless.
Oh, we have a lot to talk about today. Obviously, a lot of sports over the weekend. It was cold. It was chilly. We want to know what you think about the cold weather. I love it. It's invigorating, except for one thing, which I'll explain later in the show. Right now, though, let's get to some highlights and some headlines. Speaking of the Magic, quite frankly, they got out-muscled, out-hustled by the San Antonio Spurs last night, 112-103, even though the Spurs had travel nightmares, even getting home to San Antonio to play the game because of weather delays. I think the game was originally scheduled for 3 o'clock Central Time, ended up tipping off at 9 p.m. Central Time. The Magic have... I was reading this stat today. The Magic they lead the league in number of free throws taken. Is that correct? They lead the league in number of free throws taken. However,
I believe that is correct.
Yes, it is correct. The Spurs took 17 more free throws than the Magic, which just goes to show you that the Spurs were hustling. The Spurs also out-rebounded the Magic 48-34. Desmond Bane, who led the Magic with 25 points, not happy with how the Magic came out in this game.
Nah, it don't have nothing to do with the coaches. I mean, that's on us. You know, they're not the ones out there sitting down and guarding, and you know, we don't have elaborate schemes. You know, really on either side of the ball, but you know, we know what's asked of us, and we're a team that plays physical and plays hard, especially on the defensive end of the floor, and you know, that wasn't there.
Okay, the Spurs didn't get back into town until late Sunday afternoon due to weather-related travel leaving Charlotte. Kravitz, you would expect the Spurs would be the ones that would be a little lethargic. The Magic were just there waiting to play, right?
Yeah, they'd been waiting around all day, just hanging out at the hotel, getting text message updates on what the Spurs' travel arrangements were. San Antonio, not only did they have the travel disadvantage, they played the day before. So they're on the second night of a back-to-back. They can't get out of Charlotte on Saturday, and then they end up having their plane rerouted because there were technical problems on the airplane. They had to land in Atlanta. They don't end up getting to San Antonio until 3 o'clock Central Time and then tip up at 9 o'clock. Steph Castle, one of their best players, didn't play. They had every reason in the world. We call them schedule losses in the NBA. Every reason in the world to just roll that ball out there and say, we'll catch you next time, NBA games. We're not going to give it our best because we've been stuck on a plane all day. And instead it looked like the Magic had the disadvantage. That was the Spurs are not an easy out. Definitely not when Victor Wembanyama's on the floor. That was a game they absolutely should have won, and they were completely outclassed.
Yeah, when Wembanyama, what did he have? 25 points, 5 blocks. I mean, the guy's just incredible.
He had 4 steals, too.
Yeah. By the way, you need to. You can talk me off the ledge later, and maybe I'm being paranoid. I talked to Jaden Grimes about this Friday when you were out at the LPGA tournament. I'm getting a little worried about Franz. I mean, 16 games he missed with the high ankle sprain, comes back for 2 games. Now he's missed 6 more with a sore ankle, the same ankle. Should I be paranoid?
Yeah.
I mean,
I guess.
With the way the Magic's injuries go, how can you not be?
This is what makes me think the Magic did not want him to come back.
In Berlin?
And he's forced the issue because it's Berlin.
Right.
And he should not have come back as early as he did.
Yeah.
And he re-aggravated something, clearly.
Yeah. Well, there was some good news for basketball in the city of Orlando over the weekend. How about the UCF Knights? Themis Folks scores 21 points, including a jumper with a minute to play to key a late run. UCF, an 88-80 win over number 11 Texas Tech on Saturday. The victory marked UCF's 3rd straight conference win, the first time the Knights have done that since joining the Big 12 3 years ago. Here's Johnny Dawkins after the victory.
Grant has a terrific team. They do a great job. My respect for their program, what I've seen since I've been in the Big 12 and watching them, has been very impressed. I thought our guys we played a 40-minute basketball game. We've been challenging our guys all season long. When will we play 40 minutes, not 35, not 30, not 25? And I thought it took a 40-minute game tonight in order to be successful. And that just give our guys a lot of credit for believing and continuing to fight throughout the entire game.
Fans stormed the court afterwards. UCF now 17-4, 6-3 in the Big 12. Kravitz, how many UCF fans owe Johnny Dawkins an apology?
About 95% of them owe Johnny Dawkins an apology. I think between the Kansas win, it's not the first time he's beaten Bill Self in his career at UCF, and the Texas Tech win here, I think this buys him a lot of time.
They're unless there's a total collapse, they're going to make the tournament.
Yeah, which is unlikely. That was a huge win. I mean, that really was a season-altering sort of victory. And in watching that game, I have not paid a lot of attention to college basketball yet this year, but one of the reasons I think that gives me a unique perspective as opposed to those that are obsessed with the sport is they're a little in the weeds at this point. I get to come in with this fresh perspective, having no bias about anything. I could not tell the difference between UCF and Texas Tech. Texas Tech's the top 11 team in the country. You would not have been able to tell. That if you said one of these teams is ranked 11, the other is unranked, you would have spent the entire game trying to figure out which one was which.
And college basketball is so unpredictable. I mean, college football is unpredictable, but college basketball is like a crapshoot every year. It's like a crapshoot.
Yeah, if you have size, veteran leadership, and you can hit a 3, you can beat anybody on any given day, and that's what the tournament's all about. That's the beauty of it. You don't have to beat a team 4 out of 7. You have to beat them one time. This UCF team is good enough to do that against anybody.
The biggest story in the state over the weekend, it wasn't football. Obviously, we had no football. Wasn't basketball. It was a hockey. How about the Tampa Bay Lightning? 65,000 fans show up at Raymond James Stadium for the Lightning's first outdoor game, and what a show it was. The Lightning fell behind 5-1 and rallied for the biggest comeback in franchise history to beat the Boston Bruins 6-5 in a shootout. The 4-goal comeback again was spurred, according to the Lightning, when the 2 goalies, Tampa Bay's Andrei Vasilevsky and Boston's Jeremy Swayman exchanged blows at center ice in the second period. Listen to this.
Vasilevsky's coming out across the center ice. Swayman and Vasilevsky may go. Swayman tells Vasilevsky, take your mask off, and he obliges. This is crazy.
Yes, that's crazy.
Take your mask off so I can punch you square in the face.
You want to talk about chore? I mean, this was WWE choreographed right there. Vasilevsky comes storming out the center ice, looks over at their goal Swayman, and Swayman comes out. Then they both take their mask off. Yeah. choreographed. It was fun. It was fun, but choreographed.
That's fine.
Yeah.
There's a reason why the WWE is as successful a brand as it is. People like choreographed nonsense, and hockey delivered on a stage when a lot of people were paying attention. Smart.
Yeah, I wonder what the ratings for that's going to be. I mean, everybody snowed in. An ice game, Tampa Bay and the Bruins, who are a big draw in hockey. That's gonna be a hell of a rating.
I would think so, and it worked out for the people of Tampa and the ice because it was definitely cold enough to keep that ice solid. Played outside in Raymond James Stadium. I heard it snowed in Tampa this weekend.
It did?
Yeah.
No.
There was snow. Well,
I was
there.
staying in Tampa this weekend. I didn't see
my
it drop.
sister lives in Tampa. She said they had flurries.
Flurries.
It's still snow.
I didn't see a
It's
thing.
Florida snow.
It was rain that was a little, maybe had a little white in it. And
Isn't that what snow is? You just explained
was there
snow.
a flake or not? Was there a flake or was it just wet rain? Or,
White rain
white
is
rain?
snow. That's what snow is.
Okay. All right. Those are your highlights and headlines.
What is this falling from the sky? It's cold and it's wet.
And it's white.
It's white. Up next, Gus Malzahn stepped down at Florida State, but why? And what's next for the Noles? We'll dig into that next.
Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz. We'll be back right after this. Now is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Bonus. That's bonus. B-O-N-U-S. Enter it now at 969thegame.com. And answer your phone if they call. Good luck.
Oh, yeah, big game coming up on Sunday, so you know where I'll be, at the Hard Rock Bet Party. If you haven't tried Hard Rock Bet out yet, there's no better time than right now, right before the big game. New signups can double their winnings on their first 10 bets. Hey, that's the amount of bets that I plan on making on Super Bowl Sunday. That's right. Your winnings are doubled up your first 10 bets. If you would have bet $100 on your bet, make that 200. Now that's how you get the party started over on Hard Rock Bet. I'm not a complicated man. I like good food. I like winning my sports wagers, and Hard Rock Bet makes it easy to find the latest odds, trends, and alternative plays that keep me engaged all season long. Tonight, I'm looking down under. These NBA teams are starting to play less than optimal offense. So I'm going to go under across the board. We got 4 games tonight across the association. That's how I'll be playing the board over on Hard Rock Bet. It's not sexy, but hopefully it's profitable. Head to Hard Rock Bet and roll with us. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, please call 1-833-PLAY WISE.
Hey, are you ready for a weekend getaway that's got something for everyone? Then pack your bags and head to Mission Resort and Club in beautiful Howey in the Hills, just a short drive from Orlando, right there next to Claremont. Mission Resort is renowned for its 2 stunning championship golf courses. El Campeon, the Champion, it was founded in 1917 and is one of the most storied courses in the Southeast. Book your tee times, and when you check in at the pro shop, tell them Bianchi sent you, and you'll get a free bucket of range balls. But there's more than just golf. I love to rent a boat at the marina and explore the largest chain of lakes in Florida. And when the day winds down, relax at the spa or one of their fabulous on-site restaurants, including the newly opened Conquistador, born from Mission Resort's Spanish-accented past, complete with handcrafted tile, cowhides, and vibrant greenery, framing a menu of shareable plates, wood-kissed main courses, citrus-bright seafood, and garden-to-glass cocktails. Book reservations for the restaurants, hotel, or golf tee times at missionresortandclub.com. Mission Resort and Club, your next great escape is closer than you think.
There's an accident partially blocking the right shoulder, the 417 Greenway southbound on-ramp from Boggy Creek Road. Crash on I-4 eastbound before I-95, blocking the right shoulder. And there's a slow ride on I-4 eastbound between Osceola Parkway and 535. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Katie Wilkins.
This report is sponsored by
Here with Pro Football Hall of Famer Emmitt Smith.
after an accident, you know who to call.
Make it a Farah fight. Farah and Farah.
Orlando.
Friday, kick off the Winter Olympics in style with the opening ceremony from Italy.
USA, we are ready to roll.
Friday at 8 Eastern, 7 Central on NBC and Peacock.
Shopping with your parents can be embarrassing.
Why would they sell jeans with holes in them? I'm going to speak to the manager.
Mom.
That hoodie is giving. You should get it. YOLO.
Thanks to the Chase mobile app, your kid can shop independently while you keep an eye on their spending. So you can go from
We can be twinsies.
to
How was shopping? Saw you stayed on budget.
Thanks, Mom.
freedom for kids, control for parents. That's family banking from Chase.
Account subject to approval. Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A. member FDIC.
Hey, it's Jack Bradshaw, program director with iHeart Radio. And when it comes to getting around Central Florida, from our Monster Brew buses to our Tampa Bay Bucks listener bus trip, we trust MCA Transportation. For over 25 years, MCA has been the go-to for everything from luxury executive rides to full-size passenger buses. Whether it's a school field trip or a team bus, airport transfer, or group outing, MCA delivers comfort, reliability, and top-tier service every time. Ride with the best. Visit MCAtransportation.com. That's MCAtransportation.com.
Orlando Magic basketball lives here on 96.9 The Game, and your game day Magic coverage is powered by IBEW Local 606. Proud to serve electrical workers across Central Florida, providing its members with a supportive community, training, valuable benefits, and advancement opportunities. IBEW Local 606 has been powering and serving Central Florida for over 75 years, and they are the dream team for electrical workers across this area. For more info, head to IBEWLocal606.org and go Magic.
If you want your windows better and we pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Protect your home with Factory Direct Impact Windows from Reese Windows and Doors. At Reese, they've been installing affordable, high-quality windows for over 50 years, and most windows are installed in under 8 weeks. Get out your phone because now is your chance to win them for free. Just text the word TRUST to 20129 to win $25,000 in new windows from Reese Windows and Doors. Text TRUST to 20129 and good luck from Reese Windows and Doors.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. We are Orlando's sports leader, broadcasting live from the FM 96.9 The Game studio. Brought to you by the Nickley Group, Orlando's home team. Doing real estate differently. TheNickleyGroup.com.
Jesus didn't live passively. He lived on a rescue mission. As we step into the new year, the Daily Pursuit with Tim Tebow podcast reminds us that God has called us to more, to live on purpose and rise as conquerors. As followers of Christ, we're called to do the same, because discipline may be painful in the moment, but it produces a harvest of righteousness and peace. Open your free iHeart Radio app, search The Daily Pursuit with Tim Tebow, and listen now.
Spice up the big game with a hot box from Dave's Hot Chicken.
Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz.
If Indiana can win the national championship, Florida State, even UCF, you don't have any excuses. I don't want to hear any excuses. We need 3 or 4 years to get our players in. No, not anymore. Not anymore. Florida, John Summerall, let's see you do it this year. Mike Norvell, you better do it this year. And Scott Frost, I hate to say it, hey, clock's ticking on you too. Clock's ticking on you too. If the losing
he's going to get a lot of guys fired.
If the losingest program in college football history can go on a 2-year run like Indiana has just gone on, there's no excuses for anybody else.
Listen to Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz weekdays starting at 3 p.m. on FM 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and streaming on the iHeart Radio app. Wednesday, UCF Hoops on The Game as the Knights battle Big 12 rival Houston. Tip time is 7 p.m. Hear every minute on your exclusive home for UCF Sports. FM 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and streaming on the absolutely free iHeart Radio app. Live, local, in your face, and bald. Very bald. Let's send you to the studio for the premier afternoon sports show in the state of Florida. Game On with Mike Bianchi and Brandon Kravitz.
Just like last season when Gus Malzahn surprised everybody when he stepped down at UCF and took the offensive coordinator's job at Florida State, he surprised everybody again. Today, Gus Malzahn announces his retirement as a football coach, leaving Florida State as their offensive coordinator after one season. He spent 35 years coaching, including stints as a head coach at Arkansas State, Auburn, of course, and then UCF. I was shocked when I heard this news, Kravitz. I mean, it makes no sense to me. Makes no sense to me. I mean, he put out a statement, quote, "After 35 years, it's time for me to step away from coaching. I am excited to spend more time with my family and focus on the next chapter of my life." And then he goes on to thank FSU coach Mike Norvell and Florida State and all of that. I don't know what's going on. This is 2 straight years in a row. Gus Malzahn apparently has left buyout money on the table. He left the job at UCF to become the offensive coordinator at FSU, left $12 million on the table. If he'd have gotten fired at UCF, they would have had to pay him $12 million. He leaves that on the table, goes to Florida State, I think he signed a 2-year deal at Florida State. He still has $2 million plus on the table at Florida State left on his contract. And it just makes me wonder, like, he was interviewing for head coaching jobs at the end of this past season. At the UAB job, he was evidently in the running for. The Arkansas job, obviously, where he grew up. He was a high school coach in Arkansas. That was sort of his dream job. He wanted that job. So what changed between interviewing for head coaching jobs? Obviously, you don't want to get out of the profession if you're interviewing for head coaching jobs. That's like going deeper into the profession.
Yeah, because my first thought is that he has lost a zest for coaching.
Then why did he
go from head coach and then you say, I'm going to leave money on the table? When people leave money on the table, typically it means that they are prioritizing the joy over the job and over the paycheck.
Right.
And so I enjoy calling plays. I'm going to go do that. He goes and does that. And now he's stepping down from that too. I think he was chasing something. If I can put my psychology, I do have a bachelor's in psychology, Mike, at the University of Central Florida.
Took you 7 years to get that degree, but you got it.
I was there as long as the doctors. I just stayed. Really liked my intermediate classes that I was in. So I took them again and again for the education of it, of course.
Yeah.
I'm
an idiot.
Well, some would argue. So if I can put my psychology hat on for a second, he was chasing joy, going from head coach to offensive coordinator, and couldn't find it. And so now he is hanging up the whistle, so to speak. He was searching for something that he was not able to find.
Then why was he interested in head coaching jobs?
Maybe he just, and I think that this could also be part of it. Maybe he thought that landing one of these jobs would re-spark something for him. And when he didn't get them, he realized that he doesn't want to do this anymore.
Yeah, and again, I hope there's not some family issues that we don't know
that's
about.
the second layer, is that there's something going on at home. Maybe his wife's not doing well. I have no idea. But if you're saying I want to spend more time with my family, he's only 60 years old.
Right.
And he's a young 60 years old. I don't look at Gus Malzahn as an old, decrepit man. He's still got plenty of years. If he was still wanted in the coaching profession, I don't know why he would step away if not for the mental side of it or because he feels like he has a bigger calling of people that he needs to be around.
And it's just weird timing. I mean, why now? I mean, he could have done it right after the season. He was instrumental in getting the new quarterback that Florida State has from Auburn, Ashton Daniels. It just doesn't make much sense to me why to do it now, unless, again, there's some family matter we don't know about, or maybe he and Mike Norvell. I mean,
okay, so I'm giving you the psychological view. You give me the skeptical columnist view of what you think.
The skeptical columnist view is, and again, this is based on not knowing, if there's family matters or if he wants to spend more time with his grandkids or not. But the skeptical columnist take on this is that Gus Malzahn left UCF, left $12 million on the table because he knew he was going to get fired. He did not want to get fired. He knew. He could see the handwriting on the ball. It was unraveling at UCF, and he didn't want to go through the embarrassment of getting fired again like he did at Auburn, because that was traumatic for Gus Malzahn.
Which is amazing that's worth $12 million to him.
Right.
Because you can embarrass me for $12 million bucks. Let me tell you that.
Right. Maybe Mike Norvell said, you know what, Gus, this isn't working out. This isn't working out, and maybe Gus, to not go through the embarrassment of, again, getting run off at Florida State, maybe he said, let me just retire now, please. I mean, that would be my skeptical columnist view. Yeah.
And if that's the case, I just wish guys would leave the whole I want to spend more time with my family line out of the equation, but that just seems to be written in stone when you step away from a job that you have to say that.
You mean like when Urban Meyer left Florida and then 8 months later he was taking the Ohio State? I want to spend more time with my family than he's at Ohio State.
I would love to be in that meeting, by the way, if that is the way that it went down and Mike Norvell said, all right, this isn't working out. And Gus goes, you realize the offense wasn't the problem there, Mike, right?
Right. He went, hey, I think Gus Malzahn was my feelings. I thought he was a really good offensive coordinator.
They had one of the best offenses statistically in college football last year. Coming up next, Puxatawny Phil gives us a warning that we all need to heed. Also, quote of the day coming up right after this. Don't go anywhere.
Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz. We'll be right back after this.
If you're looking for a truck, you need to look no further than your truck headquarters for the last 50 years. I'm talking about Don Mealy Chevrolet out in Claremont. Right now, you can score big on a brand new Chevy Silverado. How about this? 3.9% APR for 60 months, or up to $5,000 in bonus cash. If you need something a little more family friendly, maybe an SUV, you can drive home in a new Chevy Equinox with 3.9 APR for 60 months and no payments for 90 days. Also, I was talking to Jason, the GM at Don Mealy Chevy. He said they have some Equinox EVs right now, and you can get up to $10,000 off. They have over 60 in stock. Amazing what they're doing out there. I'm going to test drive one of those Equinox EVs this week on Thursday. So visit Don Mealy Chevrolet today or online at donmealychevy.com. You know what I like to say, Chevy, together, let's drive.
When it comes to buying or selling a home, you need more than just a sign in the yard. You need a pro who knows the market, knows the process, and knows how to fight for you. That's why I trust Kevin Krager with LPT Realty. Kevin doesn't just unlock doors. He brings a deep knowledge of market trends, the latest home buyer programs, cutting-edge real estate technology. But what truly sets him apart, it's Kevin's strong background in construction. He knows what to look for so that you don't end up in a money pit. Owning a home should be an asset, but it only is if you know what you're doing and if you have somebody on your side that can help you with the process. From foundation to roof line, he's focused on protecting your investment every step of the way, and even after closing, his service doesn't stop there. Kevin has the resources to help with repairs or upgrades that you may want, all at cost to his wonderful clients. So if you want more than just an agent, if you want a trusted guide who knows homes inside and out, call Kevin Krager with LPT Realty today. Your future home will thank you.
If you want your windows
Pick up the phone and just text Reese. Protect your home with factory direct impact windows from Reese Windows and Doors. At Reese, they've been installing affordable, high-quality windows for over 50 years, and most windows are installed in under 8 weeks. Get out your phone because now is your chance to win them for free. Just text the word TRUST to 20129 to win $25,000 in new windows from Reese Windows and Doors. Text TRUST to 20129 and good luck from Reese Windows and Doors.
Here's something most of us don't want to think about, but probably should. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton here for our friend Mike Lester and the team at Talon Wealth Management.
That thing we don't want to talk about is a will. If you don't have one, Mike and his team would like to help you out. They'll start you off with a comprehensive financial plan.
If you are 55 or over and have saved at least $250,000 for retirement, the Talon Comprehensive Financial Plan is complimentary. And when that plan's in hand, you will also receive the gift of a will and trust courtesy of Talon Wealth.
The folks at Talon Wealth are not attorneys, but they work with a group of attorneys who'll provide a will and trust at no charge to you. Reach out at 813-755-5000. 813-755-5000. One more time, that's 813-755-5000. And be sure and tell them that Clay and Buck sent you.
Advisory services offered through Talon Private Wealth LLC, a SEC-registered investment advisor. The information provided is for educational and informational purposes only and should not be construed as legal, tax, or financial advice.
Hey, it's Bobby Bones. You think you know what's going to happen during the big game? Call it with DraftKings Predictions, a new app where you can predict outcomes on football's biggest game. Make real money predictions on the big game and put your money where your knowledge is. Pick a topic, make a prediction. Like, what will the total score be? Will the underdog cover? Which team will be lifting the trophy at the end? Then see if your big game smarts pay off. DraftKings Predictions is new and simple to use with big game trading. Available here in Florida.
Download now. New DraftKings Predictions customers get up to a $75 first trade bonus with promo code WYGM740. Don't just feel it, predict it with DraftKings Predictions. The crown is yours. DraftKings Predictions is a CFTC registered introducing broker. Event contract trading involves substantial risk of loss. One per new customer. Opt-in required. Non-withdrawable predictions dollars expire in 1 year. Ends February 8th, 2026. Market availability varies. Eligibility restrictions apply. See terms at dkng.co/predictions promo.
Are your investments in the right accounts? What's best, traditional or Roth? Are you receiving all available tax deductions? Are you paying as little in tax as you can? These are all questions you can't afford to get wrong. Hi, I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth, and in many cases, it's not what you make, but it's what you keep that makes the real difference. Trajan Wealth and Trajan Tax work closely together exclusively. No more guessing about whether you should do a Roth conversion, or if maxing out your 401k is really the best option. Our nationally recognized fiduciary advisors and CPA team work in tandem to make sure your tax strategy works with your investment strategy. We'll even do your tax preparation. One team, one strategy. Isn't it time for a second opinion? Call Trajan today. 407-204-0300. That's 407-204-0300.
We're not going anywhere. More Game On the way in just a few minutes. Hang with us.
Your opinions into strategic tradable outcomes. For the big game only, Webull is offering $0 commission on all big game related football markets. See what the fans are thinking in real time with live updates and market reactions throughout the game. Download the Webull app today to check it out. That's WEBULL on your app store today. Event contract trading is speculative and may not be suitable for all investors. Customers should carefully consider the associated risks before investing. Visit Webull.com/disclosures.
When I smoke weed, I get lost in the music. I like to isolate each instrument. The rhythmic bass, the harmonies on the piano, sticky melody.
Hey, careful, babe. There's someone crossing the street.
Sorry, I didn't see him there.
If you feel different, you drive different. Don't drive high. It's dangerous and illegal everywhere. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
This report is sponsored by Fresh from Florida.
The cold air is sticking around as we kick off our work week. Hi there, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist TJ Springer. Another frigid night is on tap, at least for Florida and for this time of the year, but it won't be quite as cold as what we had Monday morning. With the sun setting, the clear sky and the light wind will lead temperatures right back down into the low to mid 30s across the metro. North and west of the city, though, that's where we could have temperatures sneaking back into the upper 20s. So we have freeze warnings all across the board yet again. Bundle up early on Tuesday. But temperatures for the afternoon look a little bit nicer, a bit warmer. We're back into the low to mid 60s, which is still below normal, but warmer than our Monday. From the Fox 35 Storm Center, I'm meteorologist TJ Springer.
This is Ross Chastain, NASCAR driver and your Fresh from Florida farmer, letting you know that Florida strawberries are picked at peak freshness to ensure that there's sunshine in every bite. Fresh from Florida, the homegrown brand of Florida farmers.
The new home for the Miami Dolphins is 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and the iHeart Radio app. Just search 96.9 The Game. Welcome back to the premier afternoon sports show in the state of Florida. Game On with Mike Bianchi and Brandon Kravitz.
Hit us up on the Mills Air text line. That's 50857. We'd also love to hear your voice on the iHeartRadio talkback. We call that the Rage Cage, especially on a Meltdown Mood Check Monday. Yeah, we got it. Yes. Win a pair of tickets to WJRR's Earth Day Birthday 26. One way to do it, enter the Rage Cage. That returns to the Central Florida Fairgrounds on March 21st.
Can't wait to hear some 3 Days Grace at EBDB.
Look at him. He's learning.
I like 3 Days Grace. I don't know a lot of rock groups, but 3 Days Grace was definitely one of my favorites when I was younger. That's a classic. I hate everything about you. Yeah.
What a love song. What a love song that is.
It is. Hits you right in the feels. By the way, Puxatawny Phil saw his shadow predicting 6 more weeks of winter. Way to go, Phil. Way to go, Phil. Could have told you that, by the way. This guy had the easiest job on the planet this year. It's 20 degrees in Florida. Could have told you it was going to be cold for another 6 weeks. Okay? Didn't need a rocket scientist or a rodent to tell me that.
He also showed up at the Kia Center and predicted 6 more weeks of bad perimeter defense.
But hot take for you. Phil's predictions, he's been doing this since 1887, okay? So, well past his prime. Last 10 years, Phil has only been right about the elongated or shortened winter 30% of the time. I think Phil's washed, okay? I think the best days are behind him.
Yeah, Phil's record's about like your locks this year.
I should have Phil do my picks. That'd be great. Screw you guys. Let's do our coach quote.
This is Jamal Mosley, head coach of the Orlando Magic, and this is your daily coach quote of the day.
Our daily source of inspiration and motivation, and today's is about repetition since it is Groundhog's Day, and it's a nod to the movie because the guy, Bill Murray, wakes up and it's the same day every day. Okay. Repetition is the mother of learning, the father of action, which makes it the architect of accomplishment. Boom.
Say that again.
Repetition is the mother of learning, the father of action, which makes it the architect of accomplishment.
So repetition. So it's essentially the quote about you are what you repeatedly do.
Yeah. Mother of learning, father of action.
Yeah.
Do it again and again. Practice makes perfect.
Yeah. Success is a habit.
Stumble.
Right.
Get back up.
Yeah.
See if you can find your shadow next year, Phil. Or don't find your shadow. It is a Meltdown Mood Check Monday. You said that there's something about the cold that you don't like. You're all giddy because it's like 20 degrees outside. There's
like
ice on the grass.
I like a blast, an Arctic blast periodically in the wintertime. But this particular Arctic blast, for whatever reason, do you want me to get into this now? I was going to save it for my chump, but...
Oh. Well, no, I want you to get into it now.
Okay. Well, all right, an early chump. Spectrum cable. My cable, what does cold weather have to do with cable? My cable went out on Saturday before the big freeze and has been out ever since.
I think it has something to do, if I had to guess.
Okay, but
I think it has something to do with the power grid. I don't think it has anything to do with the weather. I think it has to do with people using their heat more and more electricity, more people inside, and thus it causes a shortage.
But Mark Daniels has Spectrum, and his cable's not out, so they just chew. So certain.
But he works for UCF, so I think they probably.
I know other people. It must just be in my little area where the cable's out, because my cable's been out for Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 3 days. All right, and here's the other thing. They keep sort of like like when your flight's delayed, they keep saying, "Oh, it'll be we're gonna take off at 2 p.m." and then they come back with another update 4 p.m. This is what the cable companies don't. We're working on your outage. Should be up by 4:30, and then they'll come back. Should be up by 6:30, and then they just keep doing that. And they've been doing that for 2 days now. So I don't know. Is anybody else having Spectrum issues?
50857.
Yeah.
We want to know 3 words for you, Mike. YouTube TV.
I missed the hockey game last night that I planned on watching, the outdoor hockey game.
Ah, you were so close to watching hockey, too.
I missed the Magic game. Well, it started too late for me anyways, at 9 o'clock start. But I
thought about missing the Magic game last night,
Yeah, I would have
too.
watched a little bit of it anyway. So, yeah, they're not happy.
All right, let us know what you're not happy about. It's a Meltdown Mood Check Monday, 50857, and enter the Rage Cage. We'll get to your texts and talk packs coming up right after this.
You know what really grinds my gears?
Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz. We'll be right back after this.
If I turn my microphone on, that would be helpful. All right, let's hit pause for a moment. Talk about something that is important to us all right now, our AC unit, perhaps part of the reason why Bianchi's cable is going out. I know that you're pumping that heat like me, and a dependable unit not to be overlooked in the household power rankings. That's why Mills Air is the one to call. Modern AC units improved indoor air quality by filtering dust, allergens, pet dander while reducing humidity, which helps prevent mold and mildew growth. All of these aspects can be maintained properly by the pros at Mills Air. Leon Mills is the founder and CEO of Mills Air. His goal from day one has been to provide the best quality service and equipment to their valued customers, and I'm one of them. Since 1992, they have grown to be one of Central Florida's largest and most well-respected companies around. Give them a call today, 407-277-1159, and online at millsair.com.
Start the new year off right with a game-changing financial plan, because believe me, hoping everything works out isn't a strategy. I thought I had things in good shape until Trajan Wealth took a second look. Turns out I was missing some big opportunities that could have mattered down the road. Now I've got a clearer path to retirement and real peace of mind. They're fiduciaries, which means they're required to put your interests first. Their loyalty is to you, not to selling a product. The more money you make, the more money they make. And believe me, you can feel that difference immediately. If you want clarity, confidence, and a better plan this year, call Trajan Wealth today at 407-204-0300 and tell them Mike Bianchi sent you. Or visit TrajanWealth.com to schedule your free consultation. That's TRAJAN Wealth.com. Advisory services through Trajan Wealth, LLC, SEC Registered Investment Advisor, client, paid advertisement, additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
Traffic picking up on I-4 eastbound between Osceola Parkway and 535. Tapping the brakes, Florida's Turnpike southbound between 417 and Osceola Parkway. And you have lots of company on I-4 westbound between 192 and 429. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Katie Wilkins.
This report is sponsored by Paul Davis Restoration, serving coastal and central Florida.
When fire causes major damage, the road to recovery can feel overwhelming. Paul Davis Restoration responds fast with the expertise to handle even the largest fire losses. Learn more at office.pauldavis.com. Paul Davis Restoration. When things go wrong, we do what's right.
Friday. Kick off the Winter Olympics in style with the opening ceremony from Italy, featuring a special performance by Mariah Carey. Celebrate the greatest athletes from around the globe as they come together to go for gold. The opening ceremony of the Winter Olympics. Friday at 8 Eastern, 7 Central on NBC and Peacock.
When you're injured in a car accident and the insurance company denies your medical bills, denies to pay your lost wages, and won't repair your car, it's time to fight back. Time to call Farah and Farah at 800-500-5555. Orlando.
If you want, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Protect your home with factory direct impact windows from Reese Windows and Doors. At Reese, they've been installing affordable, high-quality windows for over 50 years, and most windows are installed in under 8 weeks. Get out your phone because now is your chance to win them for free. Just text the word TRUST to 20129 to win $25,000 in new windows from Reese Windows and Doors. Text TRUST to 20129 and good luck from Reese Windows and Doors.
Think switching to T-Mobile's a whole complicated thing? Nah, it's easy. You can do it almost anywhere in just 15 minutes.
Even poolside like Drewski, you can switch to T-Mobile and unlock savings that are built to last. With T-Mobile's Better Value Plan, you can save over $1,000 a year versus Verizon and AT&T. Save on streaming, satellite, and more benefits that they leave out.
I get all the VIP perks.
Start saving from day one, and for a limited time, get T-Mobile's Better Value Plan.
I know you love deals.
Plus, switch right now, and we'll even pay off your old phone up to $800. What do you think of all that, Drewski?
Stay chillin', just switch. It's better over here.
Check the math at T-Mobile.com/better value. Savings versus comparable plans at AT&T and Verizon, plus the cost of optional benefits. Plan features and taxes and fees vary. With 3+ lines of Better Value Plan. 3+ new lines and 2 eligible ports, or 3+ lines and 5+ years on T-Mobile postpaid plan required. Qualifying credit required. Check out in 15 minutes or less per line. Get up to $800 per line via virtual prepaid card. Typically take 15 days after rebate submission. Qualifying unlocked device credit service ported 90+ days with device and eligible carrier, and timely redemption required. No cash access and card expires in 6 months. Card issued by Sunrise Banks N.A. member FDIC.
Host an event they'll never forget at Crush Yard. Designed for group gatherings of all kinds, Crush Yard makes it easy to bring people together for team events, birthday parties, and milestone celebrations. With pickleball courts, great food and drinks, and flexible space to play or relax, everything comes together in one place. We handle the details so you can focus on your guests and enjoy the moment. It's an interactive, high-energy experience everyone will remember. Learn more at CrushYard.com.
Wish you could save on home insurance? With Allstate, you could easily save and get quality protection. Yep, it's a win-win. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Sports lives on the iHeart Radio app, the home of the Super Bowl 60 tailgate concert presented by NetApp. Big game coverage, the Winter Olympics from Milan, NBC's official audio partner, Fox Sports Radio, ESPN, and sports betting. Search sports on the free iHeart Radio app and listen now.
Spice up the big game with a hot box from Dave's Hot Chicken.
Is today the day you're making 96.9 the game #1? Your #1 preset, that is. What are you waiting for? Just open the free iHeart Radio app, search 96.9 the game, and click preset. Everybody wants the easy life, and nothing is easier than finding 96.9 the game when you make us a preset on our free iHeart Radio app. Just search 96.9 the game and click preset. Nice and easy.
Everyone has a community to lean on, a neighborhood, school, kids' teams, where you worship, work out, or any other place or group where you choose to belong. Communities can provide support when you need it, and even when you don't know you do. Like when it comes to preventing underage drinking and other substance use. You've talked with your kids and shared clear expectations, but you're not with them every minute. Your community members, friends and relatives, teachers and coaches, faith leaders, and other important adults in your kids' lives can be your eyes, ears, and a supportive influence when you're not around, reinforcing your messages with your kids and alerting you to warning signs of underage drinking or other substance use. So talk with your kids about these issues and involve the members of your community to help keep your kids safe. Because when you talk, they hear you.
WGM Orlando, WJRR HD2, Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human. To the game on with Bianchi and Kravitz.
Sean Green from the UCF Charge On podcast will be joining us in about 8 minutes to talk about UCF's big win over the weekend. They are definitely a champ for their big victory over Texas Tech. We'll give out our official champs and chumps coming up in the middle of the 4 o'clock hour as well. An early champ for UCF, an early chump for the NBA, who has to pay, well, not the NBA, but the Miami Heat have to pay Terry Rozier his $26.6 million salary this year because of an appeal that was won, even though he's not playing and he's been
under gambling investigation.
Yeah. But because I don't know, for some some legality, they have to pay him.
Was the appeal through the union or something?
It was through the NBA Players Association. Fighting the good fight.
One thing that annoys me about sports unions, they fight the good fight for people who don't deserve to be fought for.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, the Heat and the NBA both agreed to put Rozier's salary in escrow after he was arrested and indicted in a federal gambling investigation. He has not played a single game for the Heat this season, but this is the final year of his 4-year, $96 million contract, and they have to pay him.
What if he's okay? I can understand if they have to pay him if he's exonerated. He goes through and he's exonerated. But what if he's found guilty of this? They still have to pay.
But I guess that would be after the contract is completed.
I sort of like the escrow account. You put it in escrow until we find out what exactly
Right.
happened.
Yeah, we're gonna make money on this, and does escrow make money? I should probably know that. Is that one of those things that men should know?
Well, usually when you buy a house, they put like your insurance in escrow.
Yeah, I know. They've
Right.
been said.
Yeah.
My escrow apparently is 0 right now, so we're building that back up. That's unfortunate. 50857 is how you can reach us. Michael says Phil is at about 39% with predicting the weather. That's what I said, 39% over it's been the last 10 years or so, which, speaking of your Kia Center joke, is still a higher percentage than the Magic are shooting from 3 this year. 39% for Puxatawny Phil. The Magic are shooting 34% from three-point range.
If the Magic were shooting 39%, my God, they'd be top of the East.
So that should be the goal. Just get up to the hit rate of Puxatawny Phil with these winters, and we've got ourselves a winner. Somebody said, sounds like Gus Malzahn saw the writing on the wall where FSU will be crap again and doesn't want to be a loser, and this comes from an FSU fan. Do you think that theory could hold any weight, that it's not that Mike Norvell wanted to let him go, but that Gus Malzahn saw that the team wouldn't be good and didn't want to be a part of it?
I don't think so. I don't think so. Again, he was instrumental in bringing in the quarterback.
Yeah. I think your theory that he didn't want the embarrassment again, that one probably is closest to accuracy, especially when you consider...
Unless what he says is actually true, he wants to spend more time with his family.
But the issue that I have with that statement is that can be true, and it can also not be the actual reason you're stepping away. And I think that's why people use it. Yeah, you want to spend more time with their family, sure.
Yeah.
But that's not why you're leaving. If that was such a problem, you would have left years ago.
Plus, if you wanted to spend more time with your family, why would you be interviewing for head coaching jobs right after the season?
Yeah. I love how people make that stance, too, when their kids are grown. Like, now that it's easy to be around your family. Like, I want to be around my family. Now that you don't have a 5-year-old rugrat trying to ruin everything inside of your house.
I got in trouble one time. It was after when I started doing radio in the morning, and I no longer, was driving my daughters to school anymore. All right, and I said something on the radio that one of my relatives heard, and I got in trouble. I got, it's not that much fun driving the kids to school anyway.
Oh, boy.
It gets old quickly.
Yeah, you got out of that one.
Waiting in that line at the school, huh? Yeah. So, anyway.
Another one here says, is it true that the Tampa goalie took his mask off and it revealed that it was actually the American Dream Dustin Rose?
Come on now, baby. Come on, baby. Come on, Mr. You know what? When the dream's waiting for you at mid-ice, you better come out. Because if you don't come out, I'll be coming after you. When you least expect it, baby.
So those are great Dusty Rhodes. It should not be overlooked. I was watching the Royal Rumble this past weekend. I'll give you my full take on that during Champs and Chumps later. But there was a character. I hadn't watched wrestling in months, honestly, which is very weird for me. But there was a character that came out. I don't know if this was a one-off for the Royal Rumble or if this is a character that's part of the storylines or what. But his name was Mr. Iguana.
That's a real wrestler. That's not a one-off.
That's not a one-off?
No.
He's part of the show?
Yeah.
Hilarious. This is pro wrestling at its best. This guy crawls out onto the ramp. He's got a full...
Like a lizard?
Yeah, like a full green bodysuit. His face is painted green, and he's got a stuffed iguana in his mouth. And then and I'm like, what? At first it was really creepy, and then he got up and he started running all funny, and it was cracking me up. Then he gets to the ring, and he's standing on the ring apron. He takes the iguana, the stuffed animal iguana, out of his mouth, and he whaps one over the head with it. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen. I showed it to my kid this morning. He could not get enough. Mr. Iguana. I thought, this is wrestling. This is why... I think about somebody that's never watched wrestling before that just turns that on and sees this guy come out dressed like an iguana, whapping people over the head with stuffed animals.
If only he would have had like a Gene Simmons in Kiss tongue, the big long.
Yeah, that might be the next iteration of his character as he continues to develop within the company. So, Jaden, you're telling me this is part of the show?
Yeah, no, it's a part of the show. I'm pretty sure he was in AEW at first, and then he made over his way to WWE. And yeah, he's funny. I've seen clips on him for a while now.
Luchador Wrestling making a comeback. Somebody by the name of El Grande Americano was out there too. It was pretty entertaining.
Somebody texted me and said, "Why didn't you go to a sports bar to watch the Lightning?"
Yeah, Mike.
Huh?
You could have just gone out, supported the community.
First of all, I was gonna watch I was gonna watch hockey at home. Okay, I'm not going out to watch hockey.
Hey boys, we're gonna watch the hockey game.
I'm not going out to watch hockey.
First of all, in Central Florida, you go out to watch the hockey game somewhere, I can guarantee you it's not on. Okay, that's step one. I would pay to see that. Mike going and walking in with his hockey jersey on. I got my Vassy jersey on, ready to go.
I do have a Solar Bears jersey. Somebody gave me.
There you go.
Yeah.
It probably says Bianchi on the back of it.
In fact, it's on my YouTube stream at home. When I do the show from home, it's in the background.
Well, I look forward to your hockey breakdowns when the postseason starts. That's when we're really going to get into it. Coming up next, our resident UCF reporter, Sean Green from the UCF Charge On podcast. He joins us. We're back with that shortly, talking UCF and their big win over Texas Tech. But we'll pause for a moment, let the talented folks at Fox Sports Radio get you all caught up with the latest and greatest in sports. We're back at it on Game On in 60 seconds.
Let's hit the local beat and see what's happening with the teams that call the state of Florida home. Sending you back to the studio. It's Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz.
The UCF Knights grabbing all the headlines fresh off of their win of the year, riding a 3-game win streak. Host of the UCF Charge On podcast, Sean Green, joins us right now. I guess I'll start with that first statement, Sean. Was that the win of the year? Because UCF's had a couple of good ones.
I would say recently, yeah, Brandon, it was. I mean, Texas Tech is a really good basketball team. They're one of the best, if not the best, three-point shooting teams in the country. And to outscore them, which I didn't think they would be able to do, was very impressive.
Entering this stretch, Texas Tech, Houston, at Cincinnati, I think fans would have been happy going into that, not knowing what we know now, with one win. Just beat one of these teams. Hopefully it's one of the ranked ones. Have they already done the job here, having won that game, or do you think they need to win one more over the next two in order to make that serious tournament bid?
So I personally, I think they've got it. I think with that win against Texas Tech, barring a meltdown, I mean, listen, the Big 12, anything can happen. But when you look at kind of their body of work, losing by 7 to Arizona, beating Texas Tech, beating Kansas, losing to Vanderbilt early in the year, and it was a good game, I think UCF has done enough. Now, with that being said, I mean, yeah, you need to win about 3 more games. I don't think a Big 12 team has ever been left out of the tournament at 20 wins. I think if you're UCF and you've got a lot of games left in the next month, you need 3 wins. So I think, to your point, Brandon, I think, yeah, if you go 1-2 in the next 3, you'd like to go 2-1 beating Cincinnati and West Virginia, but I think you're setting yourself up to pretty much be in the tournament regardless.
So I was talking to our mutual friend and former co-host of mine, Tyler Karen, about this team and what makes them unique and basically what makes them go. He said that Themis Folks is the engine of the team, that everything starts with him. Do you agree with that assessment, that he's kind of the cog, the most important cog in the wheel?
Tyler Karen, a fellow Patriots fan with me as well.
There you go.
No, I would agree. I think when you could tell when Themis Folks is not having his best game, UCF really struggles. I think, especially with he's cut down on the turnovers. That was a problem early in the year. He really is the engine of the offense, and I think it's incredible. You watch him play, and he's very shifty. He's very elusive. When he gets in the paint, you're like, what is he doing? Because he holds onto the ball for too long sometimes. But then he gets in the paint, he makes these turnaround jumpers, and you're just saying, wow, like he is kind of the engine that runs the wheel. And without him, I think UCF would struggle a little bit because they don't have as many of those on-ball guards that you would like. Riley Kugel is kind of good at it, but no, Themis Folks for sure is the guy.
Sean, we all know the fan narrative on Johnny Dawkins over the last few years. Hey, he's taken the program as far as he can take it, blah, 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 blah. How many mea culpas are there out there now for Johnny Dawkins?
Probably not many. UCF fans, again, you start winning games. Listen, all I've seen is give him a contract extension. How the tides have turned from a year ago.
That's what I meant, mea culpa, like we were wrong about Johnny.
Yeah. No, UCF fans, they don't want to admit they're wrong ever. But no, Johnny's had a great season. I think I've always said, listen, at the end of the day, you look at what could UCF do that would have been better than Johnny Dawkins? Like, who would you go hire that would change the program with the limited resources? Like, let's not kid ourselves. I think it got reported like a week ago that this roster is north of $3 million. Like, that's one of the lowest budgets in the Big 12 for a basketball team. So I think what Johnny's done is exceptional, incredible. I think they need to keep it going. Like, I think this is going to be massive, especially going into the Big 12 tournament, winning a couple games there, going into the actual tournament here in March. But I think Johnny Dawkins has earned himself a contract extension. And I think, again, I don't know how much better you can do at UCF than Johnny Dawkins in the job he's done this season.
I'm also curious about Riley Kugel. Obviously, he was a bit of a head case at Florida, sort of got run off there, ends up at Mississippi State. That didn't work out. Now he comes to UCF and seems to be having a renaissance. Obviously, he's from Dr. Phillips. I wonder sometimes, like, if he'd have just started out at UCF under Johnny Dawkins, who is a mentor to his players, where he would be right now.
Makes you wonder, but I think it was a huge get for Coach Dawkins and UCF to bring him in, at least for this year. But I think that's something that's going to be a discussion moving forward. Like, Johnny Dawkins has recruited very well over the past however many years. And I think when you talk about Orlando kids and, obviously Riley going to Florida to start his college career, 4 or 5 years ago, I think nowadays, Mike, I think that would be a different conversation. I think being in the Big 12, Johnny Dawkins winning basketball games, I think that would change the perspective a little bit. And again, I think at the end of the day, NIL is always going to play a factor, but to see the season that Johnny Dawkins is having this season, I can only assume I'm intrigued to see kind of the prospects that UCF are going to have next season. I know we're still getting over this season, but I think the word is out about UCF and Johnny Dawkins, and I think that's only going to help him moving forward.
Curious, you weren't exactly a big Gus Malzahn fan. Your thoughts on Gus retiring from Florida State, retiring from coaching after 35 years. What do you think Gus's legacy is at UCF?
Mike, I was a huge Gus fan. I don't know what you're talking about. Huge Gus Malzahn fan. Listen, I mean, you wish him well. A great coaching career, a long, illustrious coaching career. It just didn't work out at UCF. And I think the one thing that I will always take away, and I've said it on this show, I've said it on my show, is Gus Malzahn did UCF one of the biggest favors he could have ever done, which was going to Florida State and not having UCF pay the buyout that ultimately they wanted to pay because they wanted to move on, get a new head coach. And Gus Malzahn said, I will go to Florida State and save you the trouble of having to pay me $12 million. So for that, I will be grateful. The beginning part of his coaching career at UCF was great, and then it just died down from there. But at the end of the day, you respect Gus Malzahn. He's a hell of a coach, and I wish him well in whatever he does. It just didn't work out at UCF.
Well, since we're talking football, we're talking to Sean Green, host of the UCF Charge On podcast. Your initial reaction to Scott Frost and the way that he talked about Alonzo Marnette, it seems like he's head over heels for the guy.
I'll say this. I was there, and I was really intrigued because I mentioned this to a couple people. If you go back and watch that press conference and then watch Scott Frost's press conference over the past year, he seems way happier now than he did last February. I mean, last February, it looked like he was tired, and he admitted to it, like having to get 70 new players on a roster, filling out a staff. He just looked tired. And coming into the press conference this past week, you saw him. He had a smile on his face. He was excited. He was happy. Cut the new additions in half. Only 31 new players on this roster, which, again, is still a lot, but not 70. And then talking about his new quarterback, Alonzo Barnett, I think they're really excited. I think they feel like they have a good process, and they're going for production. There's no question. I think out of the 31 new players they added, 19 are from the G5, and most of them are heavy production players at the previous stop. So Alonzo Barnett is no exception there, and it seems like Scott Frost is a little reinvigorated from the players that he's added in this portal cycle.
You know what else I took from that press conference? It sounds like Scott Frost or somebody, maybe Terry Mahajer, has muzzled Frost from talking about the problems in college football because he was asked about it a couple times. He goes, "I'm going to keep those feelings to myself."
Yeah, you think they talked to him about that? It kind of he basically outwardly just said it, which I was like, oh, okay, you're just telling people. But no, they definitely told him to keep it at bay. But I will say the new GM Trent Mossbrucker, he came basically last fall. I think him and Scott have a really good working relationship, and that's why I also think Scott knows it's broken. Everybody knows it's broken, and they said, listen, it's broken, but you can't really do anything about it. I think him and this new GM, Trent Mossbrucker, really have a good relationship and know what type of players they want, and I think that's really helped them.
UCF Charge On podcast. You can stream it on YouTube. You can also find the podcast wherever you download it. Breakdowns along Barnett and more. Sean, True. Sean, I feel like you is in their way. Next, Trump wants to,
Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz. We'll be right back after this.
Now is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Credit. That's credit. C-R-E-D-I-T. Enter it now at 969thegame.com. And answer your phone if they call. Good luck.
It's the Bulldog, Mike Bianchi. You know, nobody likes a blowout, especially when it shows up on your YouTube. If your AC or heat is running nonstop, your windows could be the weak link. Renewal by Anderson's Acclaim Impact windows are designed with energy efficiency in mind, helping reduce heat transfer and keeping cool or hot air where it belongs, inside your home. You want crowd noise in the stadium, by the way, not outside your house. Renewal by Anderson's windows are also designed to significantly reduce outside noise while also, again, delivering top-level protection against Florida's heat, humidity, storms, and flying debris. That means a quieter, more peaceful home without sacrificing safety or energy efficiency. And right now, it's free window February. Buy 4 replacement windows or doors, get the 5th free. Add in 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 12 months, and upgrading makes perfect sense right now. Fibrex windows are twice as strong as vinyl and built to stand up to Florida's toughest conditions without breaking down early. Offer ends February 28th. Restrictions apply. So whether you're in Central Florida, the Gulf Coast, or in Jacksonville, visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free in-home consultation. License number CGC 1527613. Renewal by Anderson, where comfort meets quality.
Mental health is important to us all, and it's important to the Orlando Valkyries as well. This Sunday, we can all get together at an event that shines a spotlight on this important cause. Sunday, February 8th at 3 p.m. versus the Omaha Supernovas. It's Mental Health Awareness Night presented by Advent Health. Free Valkyrie stress ball to the first 1,000 fans. One of the league's most dynamic and fast-rising teams, the Orlando Valkyries, captured national attention, and they're right here in our backyard. Be part of the action, and we'll see you at the next match.
Traffic picking up on I-4 westbound between the Beach Line and 535. Lots of company on Florida's Turnpike northbound between Clay Wally and Osceola Parkway. And you're tapping the brakes. I-4 eastbound between 192 and 535. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Katie Wilkins.
This report is sponsored by Fresh from Florida.
This is Ross Chastain, NASCAR driver and your Fresh from Florida farmer. As America marks 250 years, we celebrate the dedication of Florida's farmers. Their hard work ensures that every bite is harvested at its very best. Fresh from Florida. Trust has grown here.
Big tax changes this year could mean a bigger refund, and Jackson Hewitt knows how to get you your biggest. You'll get $100 just to try us. That won't make you filthy rich, but definitely gas plus groceries rich. And since we know all the new tax codes, you could get thousands back, which would make you low-key loaded. Or at least wealthy adjacent? Go with our trusted pros and get $100 to switch. Rest easy. Jackson Hewitt's got your taxes. Guaranteed. Limited time offer for new clients. Participating locations only. Details at jacksonhewitt.com.
Friday, kick off the Winter Olympics in style with the opening ceremony from Italy. Friday at 8 Eastern, 7 Central on NBC and Peacock.
It's time to bet, win, and connect in 2026. If you think you know the market better than your friends and peers, Better Edge is the place to profit off of that advantage. Better Edge is a social betting marketplace trusted by over 35,000 bettors, including me. Better Edge is where I first discovered that you can actually churn a profit betting on sports. With the best odds and prices anywhere in the market, it's a no-brainer for sharp sports bettors. Use the promo code BeatBrandon at sign up for $20 upon your first arrival. It's betteredge.com or the Better Edge app.
Guys, this Valentine's Day, surprise you with the most personal, most romantic, most meaningful gift ever. Jewelry from International Diamond Center. When you do, the folks at IDC make sure that you've got all the bases covered. Roses, chocolates, a gift card for a romantic dinner. It's the ultimate Valentine's bundle. At IDC, they've put together a special selection of ready-to-wear gifts from classics like diamond pendants and diamond earrings to stunning new creations from top bridal designers. Italian gold jewelry, rare gemstone jewelry. These are gifts that she will love forever. Let the experts at IDC make it easy. Spend as little as $199 and they'll give you the roses, chocolates, and a gift card for dinner. Or you can finance your Valentine's gift with 0 interest for 36 months. This Valentine's Day, let the experts at IDC show you how to say I love you louder than ever with a gift that shows how much you care. International Diamond Center, Altamont Springs, Waterford Lakes, and Mall Millennia. Shop online at shopadc.com. On approved credit, it's International Diamond Center.
If you want to window, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Protect your home with factory direct impact windows from Reese Windows and Doors. At Reese, they've been installing affordable high-quality windows for over 50 years, and most windows are installed in under 8 weeks. Get out your phone because now is your chance to win them for free. Just text the word TRUST to 20129 to win $25,000 in new windows from Reese Windows and Doors. Text TRUST to 20129 and good luck from Reese Windows and Doors.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
We are Orlando's sports leader, broadcasting live from the FM 96.9 The Game studio. Brought to you by the Nickley Group, Orlando's home team. Doing real estate differently. TheNickleyGroup.com.
Starting Friday, iHeartRadio will be live from Italy with NBC's coverage of the Milan Cortina 2026 Winter Olympics. 24 hours a day, listen to live coverage of skiing, snowboarding, hockey, figure skating, and all your favorite winter sports. Plus Team USA exclusive coverage from Northern Italy. Bring the Winter Games with you from your phone to your car, on your Alexa, wherever you listen. Open the free iHeart app, search Olympics, and listen. iHeartRadio, the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2026 Milan Cortina Winter Olympics.
Spice up the big game with a hot box from Dave's Hot Chicken.
This is the beat of sports.
There are reports that Shedeur Sanders will be named an alternate to the Pro Bowl. It is embarrassing to the league, and it should be the best example to why you need to do away with this event. No one's going to care if we don't have a Pro Bowl flag football game. And in defense of Shedeur Sanders, one, it hasn't been confirmed by the NFL. I haven't heard him say anything, but he should turn it down if it's true. He should say, I appreciate them asking me, but I'd like to earn a Pro Bowl invitation based on my performance in the field. I don't care if they say, here's the Pro Bowl roster for the NFC and for the AFC. And all we're doing is announcing is saying these guys were voted the best at what they did this season. Are they all pros? Nope. There's another vote for the all pro. That's it. We don't need to do this anymore.
The beat of sports with Mark Daniels. Weekday mornings following the bridge at 9:30 on FM 96.9 The Game. Orlando's sports leader.
When you're high, you feel different. Think different, you talk different, you draw different, you listen to music different, but you probably knew that. Problem is, you also drive different, and not in a good way. That's why driving high is illegal everywhere. So if you're high, just don't drive. Make a plan to get a sober ride. Because if you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Felt like you missed something this morning?
It's becoming a disgusting habit at this point.
You did. You can listen while you get ready in the morning.
Wake up with us.
Just tell Alexa to play 96.9 The Game. No filters, no favorites, just facts. Let's find out who showed up and who showed out. It's time for Champ or Chump.
Champs and Chumps brought to you by Trey Flynn Law. He's no chump. Your free case evaluation just a click or a phone call away. Visit TreyFlynn.com. Also, all right, well, let's get into it. Champs or Chumps?
Yeah. Champs or chumps. Text in 50857. Use that talkback line.
I definitely had Trey Flynn's number written here as 407 dash. So Trey, I'm sorry, I have not memorized your number yet. That's my bad.
Arrested today.
Call Trey.
Yeah.
Call Trey. Hold on, I got his number. Hold on, don't go anywhere. Trey Flynn, 407-557-6350. Arrested today. Call Trey. Let's start with. I'll give you my champ to get us going.
Yeah.
Victor Wembanyama. Ever heard of him?
Yeah, Magic have.
He is everything that a modern star in the NBA should be. He had every reason in the world, in the NBA world, to sit out last night.
Right.
Flight delayed, flight rerouted, played like crap the day before.
So he had a sore something or other.
Second night of a back-to-back. His co-star, Steph Castle, he's out. Nope. He goes out there, plays, doesn't just play, plays great, plays deep into the game. They're up by double digits late. He's still out there hooping, blocking shots, driving to the lane. To those who are annoyed at the current stage that basketball is in, the modern game and the way that you feel like stars don't give it their all, or they don't take all-star games seriously, or they load manage and all of those things, you should love the San Antonio Spurs, because their star, who is now, if he's not yet, by the end of the season he will be the face of the NBA. He is the guy in terms of approaching the game like an uber competitor, which we've always appreciated. He is that guy. So if you're annoyed with the current NBA but you like basketball, I suggest you watch the Spurs.
SGA's that guy too. SGA's that guy, right?
He is.
Yeah.
In fact, and this is one of the reasons why if they play the way that it seems like has been the trend in the All-Star game, where the American players don't care because they're the ones that kind of ruined it, the international stars will absolutely demolish them.
Absolutely.
But I don't think it's going to work out that way. I think the international stars are going to bring it, and then the American stars are going to go, uh-oh.
Yeah.
Let's not get embarrassed here. And it's
Which is
actually going to be a good game.
I love the new form. I don't like the format. I just wish it was one game. But
because Jokic is like that too. Giannis.
Right.
So Victor Wembanyama gets my champ for playing when he had every reason not to. And he's amazing. To have 5 blocks and 4 steals. Who else in the NBA is doing that? He had the most amazing block I've ever seen last night, and he just does this stuff routinely.
My champ goes to Florida Gators basketball coach Todd Golden. We all remember last week he disagreed with the Alabama judge who overruled the NCAA by allowing G League player Charles Bediako to return to college and play for the Crimson Tide. The judge, by the way, happened to be an Alabama donor. Roll damn Tide! Although Golden disagreed with Bediako being allowed to play, he made a guarantee last week.
We're going to beat him anyways.
Yeah. We're going to beat him anyway. And
didn't just beat him.
Boy, did they. They beat the hell out of him, 100-77 yesterday. Here's Golden, by the way, answering a reporter's question and also taking a poke at Alabama coach Nate Oates, who claimed Florida's bigs camp out in the lane like for 6 or 7 seconds. Listen.
Does it feel good when you put yourself out there and we're going to beat them anyways, and then you go out and you beat them down anyways?
Well, I mean, it's I was thinking about that a lot last night. And as this was a big one-off ABC game, they were gonna try to find different ways to stir it up, and I thought when one of the Alabama beat writers or reporters talked to Nate about it on Friday, I thought his response, we're very similar. He's like, yeah, I understand where he's coming from. Like, he's going to try to kick our ass, try to kick his ass. I don't think that's news to anybody. But with that being said, yeah, absolutely, right? To come out and impose our will the way we did, beat him on the glass, scored 72 points in the paint. I thought our guys were in there for 1 second, 2 seconds, and then we scored. So we did a good job taking advantage of our catches down there, and our kicks were really, really good today.
1 or 2 seconds instead of 6 or 7. Todd Golden gets it. He knows it's entertainment. He knows he's in the
get the media laughing.
Yeah, he's in the entertainment business. I mean, that's why he made the bold prediction. We're going to beat him anyway. He just gets that college basketball is entertainment, and fans eat that stuff up.
Yeah, and this Gator team is entertaining. I like the fact that Boogie Fland has finally come on. I think that's been the biggest difference for them, and they're going to go just like they did last year. The bigs are important, but you can't win in March without solid backcourt play. They're the guys that set everything up. I thought Fland was awesome against Alabama. My chump goes to
No, I'm giving my chump right now because I just got a text message.
Well, is it Spectrum? Did they make their way back onto the show?
My cable has been out for 3 days, all right? All right? They texted me just about an hour and a half ago. Spectrum service alert. The outage that was affecting your service is now resolved. Thank you for your patience. Now.
Newsflash, he didn't have any.
No, now, here we are 2 hours later. Spectrum service alert. We apologize that another service interruption is affecting you. Restoration estimated by 5:30 p.m. It won't be fixed by 5:30 p.m. It's been 3 days. Why am I the only Spectrum customer whose service has been out?
I'm sure that's
Chump
not
the Spectrum.
I'm sure.
AT&T Wireless, get ready. The Bulldog's going to call you soon.
He's coming. The Bianchi bus is rolling down the street, and those wheels are going round and round, and they're headed to the AT&T Center.
Good Lord.
Cut the cord, Mike. It's time. Is your internet's out and your cable's out, or just your...
No, the cable's out too. I couldn't watch the hockey game last night.
Oh, my God. Never heard you in your life this broken up about hockey.
The only hockey game I've wanted to watch in years. The outdoor hockey game.
Right, so I was going to get back into it, and then Spectrum screwed me. And now I'm not going to watch for another 10 years.
Yeah, go ahead with your chump. I'm done.
Like Puxatani Phil popping out. Nope. 6 more months of not watching hockey.
6 more months of no Wi-Fi.
My chump goes to it's not going to be that good. Kendrick Perkins swooping in, pretending like he knows Magic basketball.
Can somebody tell Paolo Banchero the game started? He has been one of the biggest disappointments this season. I'm starting to question whether or not he's a franchise guy, to be honest. I look forward to this season, thought he was going to take that leap. Tonight he only has, 6 points at the half. No offensive rebounds at 6'10", 260 pounds. That's unacceptable.
That's unacceptable.
That was last night he said that.
No, that was Friday night against Toronto, where the Magic won 130 to 120, and Paolo had 20 points, 9 rebounds, and 6 assists in the game.
Well, Kendrick Perkins is also the guy who said Nikola Jokic was only the MVP because white voters voted for him.
Yeah, solid analysis, Kendrick. Up next, mic'd up on a Monday. Let's hear what the movers and shakers have been saying right after this.
Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz. We'll be right back after this.
In sports, everybody knows the 5 Ps. The coaches, the media, Kravitz, Jaden Grimes. You know what the 5 Ps stand for. Proper planning prevents poor performance. That's true on the field, and it's true with your finances as well. When Trajan Wealth reviewed my plan, they showed me where I was dropping the ball. That old 401k, it was just sitting there collecting dust. They got it back in the game and built a strategy around my goals and my timeline. Markets are volatile these days with all the political polarization, the tariffs, the global unrest, but Trajan Wealth focuses on your unique situation. They are fiduciaries who put you first. The more money you make, the more money they make. They don't settle for poor performance in your retirement. Get your financial playbook in order. Call Trajan Wealth today at 407-204-0300. Tell them Mike Bianchi, the Bulldog, sent you, or visit TrajanWealth.com to schedule your free consultation. That's TRAJAN Wealth.com. Advisory services through Trajan Wealth, LLC, SEC registered investment advisor. Client paid advertisement. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
Your freedom is everything, and the Trey Flynn Law Office is here to preserve it when the stakes are high. Trey is board certified at the state and federal level and is committed to winning and working for you. Trey is a trusted member of the Central Florida community. He's as polished and experienced a lawyer as you will find, and he's got all the stats to back it up. In sports, bad calls change games. In court, they change lives. Call Trey Flynn Law when you need a win in the clutch. 407-557-6350 or visit TreyFlynn.com.
This year's tax changes. Better not get caught snoozing. Miss one deduction. Lose thousands. Not amusing.
Big tax changes can mean bigger refunds at Jackson Hewitt. And right now, get $100 just to try us.
Don't worry, tax filers. If money is tight, get $100 from Jackson Hewitt, so you'll sleep better at night.
Limited time offer for new clients. Participating locations only. Details at jacksonhewitt.com.
Hey, it's Jack Bradshaw, Program Director with iHeart Radio. And when it comes to getting around Central Florida, from our Monster Brew buses to our Tampa Bay Bucks listener bus trip, we trust MCA Transportation. For over 25 years, MCA has been the go-to for everything from luxury executive rides to full-size passenger buses. Whether it's a school field trip or a team bus, airport transfer, or group outing, MCA delivers comfort, reliability, and top-tier service every time. Ride with the best. Visit MCAtransportation.com. That's MCAtransportation.com.
If you want your windows there in Reese, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Protect your home with factory direct impact windows from Reese Windows and Doors. At Reese, they've been installing affordable high-quality windows for over 50 years, and most windows are installed in under 8 weeks. Get out your phone because now is your chance to win them for free. Just text the word TRUST to 20129 to win $25,000 in new windows from Reese Windows and Doors. Text TRUST to 20129 and good luck from Reese Windows and Doors.
I don't know about you, but I can't stand when I see creepy crawlies all over my house. That's why I have to have a pest control provider that doesn't just treat the pest problem, they solve it. You can keep your home protected from the bugs all year long. Get yourself a termite bond while you're at it. Tell them that Brandon Kravitz and Mike Bianchi from Game On sent you by. Get 10% off of your initial service. Burn Pest is a family-run operation right here in our backyard in Central Florida. Go and find them online easily, and don't stress about these pests anymore. It's burnpest.com.
Thy ticket, Lady Jennifer of Coolidge.
Well, many thanks, good sir. Hereth my Discover card.
They accept Discover at Renaissance fairs?
They do here. Discover is accepted at the places I love to shop. Get it? With the times.
With the times? You're playing the lute.
Yeah, and it sounds pretty good, right?
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
Looking for a workout that doesn't feel like a workout? At Crush Yard, wellness is all about movement, connection, and fun, no matter your skill level. Whether you've never picked up a paddle or you play every week, pickleball gets your body moving and your stress levels down. Adding great food, refreshing drinks, and a social atmosphere, and it's wellness you actually want to show up for. Learn more at crushYard.com.
This is the beat of sports.
When you have expectations, particularly with young players, and everybody jumps on your bandwagon, including the national perspective, oh, what a great young team, and then you're picked on a lot more. You don't pick a side about who's to blame. They're all to blame. It's not just Jamal Mosley. It's Paolo. It's Franz. It's Jalen. It's Desmond. Listen, it is a make or miss league. I don't care what you do. It's not that complicated. If you can't make threes, you can't win in the NBA. And this team has not gotten better over years trying to build this team of making a three ball, so therefore you get predictable on offense, and then you get stale, and then you get body language, and you get guys that point fingers, and that's where they're at right now. And It is a very interesting moment, and I do wonder if this organization would think about a coaching change. Can't fire players, fire coaches. And I'm not saying the Magic are at that point today, but I think anybody would be foolish to think that that's not kicked around inside the office.
The Beat of Sports with Mark Daniels. Weekday mornings following the bridge at 9:30 on FM 96.9 The Game, Orlando's sports leader.
How do we respond to lowball offers from insurance companies?
With relentless litigation. For the justice you're entitled to after an accident, you know who to call.
Make it a Farrah fight. Farrah and Farrah.
Orlando.
My perfect day has sand, salt water, and friends. But my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can take me out of the moment. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, most people saw 90% clearer skin, and many were even 100% plaque-free at 4 months. Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Super Bowl 60 festivities kick in tonight when the Patriots and the Seahawks meet the media. It'll be their only pregame public appearance. Former UCF head coach Gus Malzahn is retiring after 35 years in the game. He helped guide the Knights from the Group of 5 to the Big 12. And the Magic, they're set to continue their road trip. That'll happen tomorrow night. They head to Oklahoma City. Orlando will try to rebound from Sunday's loss to San Antonio. I'm Scott Davidson.
This is Chris Broussard. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Discover.
Guess what? Discover's accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. You heard right, 99%. If you don't think so, maybe it's time to face facts. You're stuck in the past. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report, learn more at discover.com/creditcard.
Orlando's hometown sports station. This is 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and the free iHeart Radio app. Coaches, players, GMs, everyone's got an opinion these days. Let's hear from the biggest names in the game. It's time for Mic'd Up.
Mic'd Up brought to you by Adventure Boat Share. I've told you about it many times. 1 monthly fee. You can go boating anytime you want with any kind of boat you want. Ski boats, bass fishing boats, pontoon boats, anything you want. Check them out at adventureboatshare.com. It's a great idea, and the boats are phenomenal. All right, let's start mic'd up with the Magic going down last night to the San Antonio Spurs, even though the San Antonio Spurs didn't arrive at home in San Antonio until yesterday afternoon. They had all sorts of travel delays from Charlotte the night before. They were coming off a back-to-back, but they still were able to out-hustle and out-muscle the Orlando Magic. Here's Magic guard Desmond Bain saying, hey, don't look at the coaches, look at us.
No, it don't have nothing to do with the coaches. I mean, that's on us. You know, they're not the ones out there sitting down and guarding, and you know, we don't have elaborate schemes, you know, really on either side of the ball. But you know, we know what's asked of us, and we're a team that plays physical and plays hard, especially on the defensive end of the floor. And you know, that wasn't there.
I like that. I like that. I like accountability.
I do too. I just kind of wish he had left out the part where he said, you know, we don't have elaborate schemes.
Well,
that sounds a little like throwing your coaching staff inadvertently under the bus, which was not his attempt.
No.
But saying that you don't have elaborate schemes on either side of the ball does not describe a great
basketball isn't that complicated. Anybody who thinks, you know, it takes a rocket scientist to coach basketball, I mean, Yeah, okay. They who has elaborate schemes? I don't even know. Do you?
I think the Golden State Warriors have elaborate schemes.
They also have the greatest three-point shooter of all time.
I think Boston's got a pretty elaborate scheme.
Okay. Again, I don't know how to tell elaborate from not elaborate.
I don't either. And maybe it's nothing. It's just when I heard that last night, I thought, oh, that feels like an awkward thing to say about your coach. Like, yeah, this, he makes it pretty simple for us.
You know what? Now that you say it, I kind of think that too. I thought that when I first heard it. I thought that.
Yeah.
But then I was like, he wasn't really.
Like, our coaches aren't really doing much. It's really on us. It doesn't, he's trying to take the heat off the coaches by saying, they don't really draw up a lot of complicated schemes to confuse
they don't really get
opposition.
us open. Yeah, they don't really get us open much with their plays. Yeah, I get you. All right, with Caitlin Clark on the set, NBC basketball analyst Reggie Miller over the weekend was asked which NBA player. Well, listen, here's the clip.
Reminds you of the young lady to your right.
I like Peyton Pritchard from Boston. The way he's able to handle the basketball, he makes big shots when the shot clock's running down. A lot like this young lady right here. Isn't afraid to.
Okay. Hey, he could have said Steph Curry. He could have gone old school and said like Pistol Pete Maravich or something.
Very Pistol Pete.
No, Peyton Pritchard.
I'm surprised.
Peyton Pritchard.
She kind of reminds me of T.J. McConnell a little bit. Why is that, Reggie? Could it be that she's white? Is that it?
Right.
Is that the similarity between the two?
Yeah, could be.
Peyton Pritchard. That's the best. So we have arguably the best female basketball player is Peyton Pritchard.
Peyton Pritchard. Yeah. Maybe she should get a crew cut.
Come on.
Like Peyton Pritchard.
Reggie.
A little flat top.
Reggie was not ready for that question. He's like, quick, think of someone that shoots
Somebody
in
who
the fast.
shoots a three. Yeah. Somebody who's got a quick release.
I mean, her game is not that dissimilar from Peyton Pritchard's, in fairness to Reggie.
Tennessee coach Rick Barnes, whose team beat Auburn over the weekend, he was asked sort of about his team's the amount of turnovers his team had, and he awkwardly described it this way.
I mean, at the end of the game, some of the passes that we throw, I mean, just I don't know what to say other than sometimes I wonder if my guys are betting on games. I shouldn't say that, but that's what Ray said. I don't want to say that. But I just wonder what's happening. I mean, because I know that we're too good of players to do that. Was that a bad? I apologize. I shouldn't have said that, but because the fact is,
because Danny White's over there glaring at me, the AD. You ever
I mean, that is one of the worst things you can say about your players.
I know, but you ever crack a joke sometimes you think is funny, and then right after you say it, you go, I probably
once a week on the show. Easy.
That was awkward.
Yeah.
That's what he just did.
You and I do that every week. I think we've already done it today.
It was funny, but...
It was funny. But it was just like the last person who should be making that joke is the coach. Maybe the players themselves.
Yeah.
It was, but if you read the headline, it sounds a lot worse than when you listen to it because it was clearly meant in jest, and it's pretty obvious in the way that he said it and how quickly he realized, I wish I could walk that back, but there's no putting that toothpaste back in the tube.
Nah. What a spectacle it was in Tampa yesterday. 65,000 fans showing up at Raymond James Stadium for an outdoor hockey game. The Lightning fall behind 5-1. They came storming back for the biggest comeback in franchise history. They win 6-5 in a shootout over the tradition-laden Boston Bruins. Here's Lightning coach John Cooper just talking about the aura and atmosphere.
I don't know what you guys thought, but I mean, games like that don't come around very often. It was, I mean, how often do you look at a score sheet and you see one team with 5 straight goals scored and then another team with 5 straight goals scored? It was, the game had everything. It had the weather. It had the state in which doesn't usually get weather like this. It was a phenomenal atmosphere, perfect ice hockey playing conditions. Just the whole, I thought, the way the rink I mean, I can't imagine what it looked like from up top. Just the setup around the rink, the jerseys popped on both sides. You had goalie fights. You had 11 goals. You had a shootout. It had everything.
Which is why I wanted to watch it. I wanted to watch it. This historic hockey match from Mr. Non-Hockey, who actually wanted to watch a freaking hockey game, and Spectrum. My cable's been out for 3 days, and now it's out again. AT&T Wireless, text in 50857. I'll have you at my house tomorrow.
Spectrum, you yellow belly cowards. Give the man some internet. He's just trying to watch his hockey matches.
Good God. All right. Do we have, we have time for one more? We have time for one more. All right, let's do one more. I'm gonna save your Emmitt Smith clip for tomorrow. We may tackle that. Jason Kidd responding to a reporter's question about being criticized for playing Cooper Flag at point guard. Listen to this.
Coach, you get like a lot of national criticism for playing Flag at point guard. For the last 2 games,
Criticism, that's your opinion. You guys write that. That's not that. I've done this. I've played this game. I played it at a very high level, and I know what the fuck I'm doing. But I don't give a fuck what you guys write, because you guys have never played the game. And so I've built players, so I know what the fuck I'm doing. So to take criticism, it only makes me better. Because if I wasn't doing it right, you guys wouldn't be poking holes at what I've done. That's it. Thanks.
That's it?
Take that for data.
He's getting a little. What he said? Hey, I'm not the one who traded Luka Doncic. Okay, why are you criticizing me?
I was thinking about this the last time I watched the Dallas Mavericks. They have to be the luckiest franchise in the history of sports. If you could do it all over again, knowing what you know now, wouldn't you still trade Luka? Forget about what they got back. Just saying that the trade will facilitate your ability to draft Cooper Flag. Would you rather have Cooper Flag or Luka Doncic right now in their careers with the amount of time they have left in their prime?
Luka Doncic.
I'd rather have Cooper Flag. I think he's a better defender. I think he is, already. The guy dropped 49 points the other night.
He did.
He's a teenager.
Mm-hmm.
He's unbelievable, and he brings it on both sides. That was the issue with Luka. Luka's a sensational player. He is right next to Jokic in terms of overall skill on the basketball court, but defensively, he's a zero.
So
I would rather have Cooper Flag right now with the age, with the ability, with the defense than Luka Doncic, but I don't mind him playing him at point guard.
They're still going to get Kyrie Irving back, right? Eventually.
Yeah, then, they might end up getting something for Anthony Davis at the trade deadline, too. I think Dallas could have themselves a nice team. But back to what Jason Kidd said, the arrogance in this guy,
right?
That nobody can criticize you if they didn't play the game. I cannot stand that. I really do not like that line of thinking. Up next, we're going to get back to your texts, your talkbacks right here on Game On. Show the people after this.
Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz. We'll be right back after this.
The modern luxury of an AC unit. Got to make sure you keep that thing running nice and smooth, and Mills Air is the one to call if you need to do it. Modern AC units improve indoor air quality, filtering dust, allergens, pet dander. They reduce humidity, and they're keeping us warm this time of year with how cold it is out there. I've been using Mills Air for over 6 years now. They've always been dependable, prompt, price efficient as well. Since 1992, Mills Air has grown to be one of Central Florida's largest and most respected companies around. Protect your investment. Give yourself some peace of mind in the process. Call Leon and the crew to schedule your appointment. Tell them that Brandon Kravitz from Game On sent you by. The number to call, 277-1159 and online at millsair.com.
Orlando, are you ready to rock it? My favorite beach getaway, Hard Rock Hotel Daytona Beach, is calling your name. Not even an hour's drive from downtown Orlando. You'll find modern luxury, legendary Hard Rock vibes, and that endless Florida sunshine. Even in the middle of winter, lounge by the oceanfront pool, grab a bite at their world-famous restaurant, or unwind at the spa. And when the sun sets, enjoy live music under the stars at their beachside band shell. For reservations, go to hardrockhotels.com/Daytona Beach.
Roadways getting busy this afternoon. I-4 westbound between the beach line and 535. You have slow-moving traffic there. Tapping the brakes on Florida Turnpike northbound between Clay Wally and Osceola Parkway. Lots of company on I-4 eastbound between County Road 46 and 1792. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Katie Wilkins.
This report is sponsored by Bet Online.
From the opening kickoff to the final whistle of the big game, Bet Online delivers live in-game action, instant updates, and in-game props. Prediction markets follow the conversation. Bet Online defines it. Bet Online. The game starts here.
Friday, kick off the Winter Olympics in style with the opening ceremony from Italy.
Team USA, we are ready to roll.
Friday at 8 Eastern, 7 Central on NBC and Peacock. Join us daily on 96.9 The Game for your Embers Only Cigar of the Week. Brought to you by Corona Cigar Company. Luxury cigar lifestyle, fine spirits, and relaxation await at your nearest Corona Cigar. Dr. Phillips, downtown Heathrow, or online at coronacigar.com.
Mental health is important to us all, and it's important to the Orlando Valkyries as well. This Sunday, we can all get together at an event that shines a spotlight on this important cause. Sunday, February 8th at 3 p.m. versus the Omaha Supernovas. It's Mental Health Awareness Night presented by Advent Health. Free Valkyrie stress ball to the first 1,000 fans. One of the league's most dynamic and fast-rising teams, the Orlando Valkyries, captured national attention, and they're right here in our backyard. Be part of the action, and we'll see you at the next match.
Here's something most of us don't want to think about, but probably should. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton here for our friend Mike Lester and the team at Talon Wealth Management.
That thing we don't want to talk about is a will. If you don't have one, Mike and his team would like to help you out. They'll start you off with a comprehensive financial plan.
If you are 55 or over and have saved at least $250,000 for retirement, the Talon Comprehensive Financial Plan is complimentary. And when that plan's in hand, you will also receive the gift of a will and trust courtesy of Talon Wealth.
The folks at Talon Wealth are not attorneys, but they work with a group of attorneys who'll provide a will and trust at no charge to you. Reach out at 813-755-5000. 813-755-5000. One more time, that's 813-755-5000. And be sure and tell them that Clay and Buck sent you.
Advisory services offered through Talon Private Wealth, LLC, a SEC-registered investment advisor. The information provided is for educational and informational purposes only and should not be construed as legal, tax, or financial advice.
I'm worth a lot more.
I'm worth a lot more.
I'm worth more.
You know what? You're right. And we want to pay more at Give Me the VIN, because good cars are worth more, and so are you. For top price, trust, and ease of transaction, GiveMeTheVIN.com, America's best car buyer.
Hey, it's Bobby Bones. You think you know what's going to happen during the big game? Call it with DraftKings Predictions, a new app where you can predict outcomes on football's biggest game. Make real money predictions on the big game and put your money where your knowledge is. Pick a topic, make a prediction, like what will the total score be? Will the underdog cover? Which team will be lifting the trophy at the end? Then see if your big game smarts pay off. DraftKings Predictions is new and simple to use with big game trading. Available here in Florida.
Download now. New DraftKings Predictions customers get up to a $75 first trade bonus with promo code WYGM740. Don't just feel it, predict it with DraftKings Predictions. The crown is yours. DraftKings Predictions is a CFTC registered introducing broker. Event contract trading involves substantial risk of loss. One per new customer. Opt-in required. Non-withdrawable predictions dollars expire in 1 year. Ends February 8th, 2026. Market availability varies. Eligibility restrictions apply. See terms at dkng.co/predictions promo.
Follow the game on Facebook at 96.9 The Game. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Sports lives on the iHeartRadio app, the home of the Super Bowl 60 tailgate concert presented by NetApp. Big game coverage, the Winter Olympics from Milan, NBC's official audio partner, Fox Sports Radio, ESPN, and sports betting. Search sports on the free iHeartRadio app and listen now.
Spice up the big game with a hot box from Dave's Hot Chicken.
This February 14th, you can make a real difference in the lives of more than 80,000 Special Olympics Florida athletes, happening at Aquatica Orlando. It's the annual Polar Plunge. By raising funds and taking the plunge, you help provide year-round training and support for individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities. Whether you participate on your own, create a team, or involve your school, your commitment empowers athletes to achieve their dreams. Be bold. Get cold. Help build a more inclusive Florida. Learn how you can donate, register, or get your school involved at soflpolarplunge.com.
Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz.
For ripping Ole Miss coach Pete Golding and calling him out and having evidence that Pete Golding was tampering with a Clemson player who'd signed with Clemson, signed an NIL deal with Clemson, and Dabo Swinney essentially made it public that Pete Golding was cheating at Ole Miss. So good for Dabo Swinney. And shame on these coaches for recruiting guys who've already signed NIL deals elsewhere. And yes, that goes for you too, Mario Cristobal at Miami, for recruiting Darian Mensah, who'd already signed an NIL deal with Duke. It used to be, Kravitz, back in the good old days when the NCAA had teeth, used to be that these coaches would get fired.
Listen to Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz weekdays starting at 3 p.m. on FM 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and streaming on the iHeartRadio app. WYGM Orlando, WJRR HD2, Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeartRadio station. Guaranteed human. Now back to Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz.
I mean, we showed up for stretches tonight, just put it together for a full 48 minutes. Going to be another tough challenge on the road, but we're more than capable of winning against them.
Not going to be easy. Oklahoma City, the best in the league at what they do. That'll be tomorrow night. The Magic will take on the defending champions at 8 o'clock. We've got pregame coverage for you at 7:30. IBEW Local 606 is the sponsor, proud to serve electrical workers across Central Florida, providing its members a supportive community, training, valuable benefits, and advancement opportunities. I'm not sure if you have this on hand, Jaden. We didn't talk about it, so if not, it's fine. Jamal Mosley, after the game, when he talked about what went wrong and the way the team, the energy and effort, that stuff, if you don't have it, that's fine. But let me know if you get it. The general point that Mosley has made, and this has now been several games over the last couple of weeks, I'm losing track, where he has questioned the focus and intensity and energy and effort of his team. And I would just love to know why this continues to be an issue. You've been calling it out for a while now, the whole fat and happy theory.
Fat and happy. Signed their big deals. Now they're fat and happy. And somebody just texted this in, by the way, Kravitz, and I mentioned this to you earlier. Why is it there more talk about Franz Wagner's, quote, injury management? How does he go from playing overseas to being basically out indefinitely? What the hell is going on? That's what I want to know. What the hell is going on? Because, again, high ankle sprain, 16 games he misses, comes back for 2 games, and now, have you heard any word? Is he close to being back?
The last I heard, he's
missed 6 games now since he played the 2. Because of a sore ankle.
So I believe the last I heard, he was not all that active at practice either.
Yeah, there was a video that Jason Beatty posted the other day. He was essentially
doing the bike.
Yeah, or he was stretching by the weight machine or something. So yeah, I'm getting paranoid, and maybe it dates back to Grant Hill's ankle.
Oh, I'm sure it does. A lot of Magic fans, Magic reporters.
Yeah,
are paranoid for good reason. There's a history of this.
Yeah, I'm just a little concerned about what's going on with Franz Wagner.
Yeah, I just, with Franz, I never worry about a want to. That guy,
I'm not worried about a want to. No, not worried about that at all.
I don't know. And you can be upset with Magic Media for not asking more questions about it. I can tell you the answer you'd get about a player's health would be nothing. So there's really no point. Champs and Chumps Part 2. We're going to empty the tank coming up 60 seconds away here on Game On.
No filters, no favorites, just facts. Let's find out who showed up and who showed out. It's time for Champ or Chump.
Top of the 5 o'clock hour here on Game On. Don't become another number. Become part of the family. Burn Pest Control, family owned and operated with over 30 years of experience in the termite and pest control industry. Contact Joe directly, 321-297-7985, or go to burnpest.com. I'm assuming the bugs are not handling the cold all that well. Maybe they're burrowed in the ground, but believe me, when it warms back up, they will seek higher ground. I assume that's how that works. It is the one nice thing about the cold, Mike, is that you don't have to deal with those pesky mosquitoes.
That's right. Yeah.
They're all over me. Text in 50857. Let's read a couple more of these before we get to our Champs and Chumps round 2. Somebody said the doctors are training guys for the Magic must be awful. I don't buy that.
I don't buy that.
Somebody said UCF basketball, best college team in the state of Florida right now. Record says so. Can you prove me wrong?
I'd still take the defending national champions, but
yeah.
Point well taken. I'm at UCF playing in, arguably the toughest conference. I mean, the SEC's right up there, obviously, when you see how many SEC teams got into the tournament last year. But, yeah, UCF 6-3 in the Big 12, just beat the number 11 team in the country. Pretty impressive.
Yeah, I'd have to go through the quad 1 and quad 2 wins for the Florida Gators to see where they stack up. They're 17 for a reason, so I'll trust the voters on that. But UCF did receive votes.
I was listening to Daniels today, so I guess you get the ultimate bump in your strength of schedule if you get a quad. If you beat a quad 1 opponent by 9 points. All right, that's
nice.
So UCF was up by 9, all right? They were up by 9 on Texas Tech with like 0.2 seconds left, all right? Time runs out, and the fans stormed the court. UCF evidently had won by 9, but the official comes back, 0.2 seconds left. I have to call the foul. So they call a foul. The Texas Tech player makes 1 or 2 free throws. It's only an 8-point win instead of a 9-point win, just because the official couldn't just let the clock run out.
Well, this is why you can't overrate that stuff, because that is absolute silliness. And did you see the double court storm?
Yeah.
Where the fans run out onto the court, and that have to be ushered back so they can
because
finish
of the
the game.
0.2 seconds. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So Florida has, I think part of Florida's resume is their impressive losses too. That their L's have been against Arizona, Duke, UConn, and that carries weight. As much as maybe it shouldn't, it does. So that's part of it.
You know
when
what
you
else
talk
carries
about
weight?
the
what else
records,
carries weight? Winning the national championship last year.
But the person said, well, they have a UCF has a better record. Yeah, well, if UCF played Duke, UConn, Arizona, they probably wouldn't have such a good record. That's a big part of it. Let's get into our champs and chumps round 2. Let's empty the tank here. Champ for me to the Cleveland Cavaliers. I thought they made a really good trade, one that Magic fans should be envious of. The Cavs turned DeAndre Hunter, who I don't think wanted to be there anymore, into Dennis Schroeder, who Magic fans have been clamoring for. He's a German product, plays with Franz and Mo in international duty. And then one of the top defenders on the market in Keon Ellis, who would fit perfectly with what the Magic want to be, but have not been this year. They could use somebody like that bringing off the bench in their backcourt. So champ to the Cavs for getting that done. Also champ to LeBron James, 22nd straight year that he's an all-star. This extends his record for overall and consecutive selections to the NBA All-Star Game. I don't care how you feel about LeBron James, personally, politically, socially. If you're a sports fan, make sure you take time to appreciate what this man has done, because he's not going to be around much longer in terms of playing the game.
Champ to Carlos Alcaraz, obviously, for becoming the youngest man ever to win a career Grand Slam. He beats the Joker in the Australian Open, so he obviously deserves a champ. Can I give a preemptive strike chump? All right?
Yeah.
And that chump is to what is going to happen at the Super Bowl halftime show.
Oh, boy.
Preemptive chump here, because Bad Bunny, who's the Super Bowl halftime performer, he won Best Album at the Grammys last night, and he used his acceptance speech to go after ICE, and, which is his right to do, all right? But you know, during the Super Bowl halftime show, Bad Bunny is going to do, and I don't care what your politics are, I'll say that. Bad Bunny's going to do something during the Super Bowl halftime show that's going to create all this controversy, and we're going to have all this division and all this polarization, and it's going to start all over again, and Donald Trump, the president, will rip the halftime show, and his supporters will rip the NFL and Bad Bunny, and then it's just going to be, it's going to turn out to be ugly, all right? Which is why we need to have Lee Greenwood and the Statler brothers playing the halftime show. Or maybe
that would make everybody happy.
Or maybe the Oak Ridge Boys.
Okay, well, you are half getting what you're asking for here. Anybody who sits and watches the Super Bowl halftime show and is just red-faced angry at what they see, rather than turning to your alternative, which is available for everybody via Turning Point USA.
What is that?
There's an alternative out there. Rather than sitting in your own cesspool of anger, just turn on the thing that you feel like caters to you.
What is that?
Kid Rock, Brantley Gilbert, Lee Brice, and Gabby Barrett are going to be the All-American halftime show, as they are calling it, on Turning Point USA. This is not a promotion for me. Don't ask me how to find it, but it's out there, and I'm sure that there are links. If Bad Bunny makes you angry, then go to find Kid Rock.
Well, I'm a long time Bad Bunny fan. All right.
How long have you been a fan of Bad Bunny?
I was a fan of Bad Bunny when he was just Naughty Bunny. He was just a little naughty bunny. He was mischievous bunny, is what he was.
Right.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah,
man, that spans some time. Say, since we're getting mildly political here, why don't I roll up my sleeves and give a jump out to the WWE.
So what did they do?
So I made a stance years ago. I make very few stances, but I do.
You stand for nothing. You're right.
Yeah, right. So I detest the sports washing that Saudi Arabia has attempted over the years, using their billions upon billions of dollars to try and make it look like they are a country that's worth respecting with the way that their human rights, which is still, I think, in the Stone Ages.
Right.
In terms of the way that they treat women and children and gays and all of that. So the WWE, like many others, have sold out for the dollar, and they've been going over there for years. And I said, okay, look, I am not so opposed to this that I'm going to stop watching wrestling because of this. I'm just not going to watch the Saudi Arabia shows. And I held true to that. I try not to make a big fuss of it. This is just my personal stance. I don't watch it, and I move on. And I watch other shows. Well, the Royal Rumble, it's Royal Rumble WrestleMania. Those are shows you don't miss. As a wrestling fan, I haven't watched wrestling in months, and I'm still not going to miss the Royal Rumble. And I realize on Sunday that it's in Saudi Arabia. So I've now got to break my stance. And then also, separate stance was I'm not signing up for this ESPN Unlimited. It's $30 a month. I already have ESPN. I pay for enough subscriptions. I wanted to watch the Royal Rumble so bad. I stood for nothing this weekend, and I watched the Saudi Arabia show, and I paid $30 for it via ESPN. And then what do I see as I'm watching this?
What?
They have the female Royal Rumble going on. All of the women have to be covered head to toe.
In burkas?
Not in burkas,
Right.
but I mean, they couldn't show any skin beyond their face and their hands. They were all completely covered. They look like Power Rangers. All of them.
Really?
And it is
Does WWE kowtow like that?
Absolutely. It is a travesty that they cash grab for this country that is still stuck centuries behind in terms of their human rights. It is despicable. I hate myself for even having paid for it. Now, the Royal Rumbles were entertaining. So I got joy out of this, but there's a reason why I took this stance in the first place. And I'm a little upset with myself for going back on it, even though I was entertained. And if you have not seen Mr. Iguana, by the way, on a much more lighthearted note, this is Mr. Iguana coming out at the Royal Rumble.
No. Oh, no. Well, from AAA, none other than Mr. Iguana. And his iguana pet, Layeska. It's a puppet.
It's a puppet.
It's not real. Iguana told me it's real. And it's almost certainly got parasites regardless of what it is. And this guy has absolutely lost his mind.
So
AAA's finest.
So now that they've sold out to Saudi Arabia, do they don't have like any sort of Iron Sheik like characters?
Well, they kind of did away with those stereotypes anyway, just because that's where we are in the 2020s. That's not appropriate anymore. But
it's appropriate to have women in burqas in your show.
Well, there you go. And on top of it, so I looked up this story of. I was curious if there were any women that were on the WWE roster that stood opposed to this, because I would think they would take great offense to going over there and then being told you have to cover up when that's not your typical ring gear. Not only have none of them stood up against it, probably because they're making so much money, they were also told by the WWE, hey, you have to wear this extra layer of clothing and you have to pay for it, because they're all technically independent contractors. This company is disgusting. It really is. I watch wrestling because I have for years. It doesn't mean that I support the business.
They're going back in 2027 for WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia.
I won't watch it. Let me say right now, I'm not going to watch it.
You
Okay, this is the last one. First and last, I'm watching.
Mr. Stand for nothing.
I am standing now. I'm standing firm again.
You stand for Mr. Iguana. That's all you stand for.
He did whap someone across the face with a stuffed iguana. It was hilarious. All right, give me one more. What you got? You got anything else?
No, I got nothing.
All right, let's go to commercial break. Okay, better to forget it on the way. Don't you move a muscle. It's only getting better from here, folks.
Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz. Now is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Pay. That's pay. P-A-Y. Enter it now at 969thegame.com and answer your phone if they call. Good luck.
This is your Tools Ace Hardware assist of the night. Desmond Bain is a bad man.
Suggs up top, gets it to Isaac at the elbow. He's looking for someone to take it from him. Now it's Noah over to Bain straight away. Heels inside that Spurs logo at half court. Now Bain gets by Johnson. He's going to pull up for the elbow jumper. Got that to go in one. Desmond Bain, he's a bad man.
See, told you. If you're gearing up for game day, Tools Ace is your MVP for grilling greatness. Big Green Egg to Traeger, they've got everything you need to fire up the flavor with 14 Central Florida locations, including their brand new store in downtown Windermere. Tools Ace is your neighborhood home maintenance expert, the helpful place every night and your best stop before the game. Visit toolsacehardware.com and go Magic.
This message is for all you couples out there, because when one of you isn't feeling great, energy, performance, or confidence, it affects both of you. At Florida Center for Hormones and Wellness, they've got treatments that help both men and women reconnect. For the guys, there's shockwave therapy and the P-Shot, natural, non-surgical ways to boost performance and blood flow in the bedroom. For women, they offer shockwave therapy and Emcella, therapies that improve comfort, sensitivity, and pelvic strength post-menopause. It's all medical, all natural, and it really works. Dr. John Carrizzella and his team know this isn't just about physical performance. It's about restoring confidence and connection. If you and your partner want to feel like your best selves again, together, start here. Go to hormonesandwellness.com/bulldog and tell them Mike Bianchi, the Bulldog, sent you. That's hormonesandwellness.com/bulldog.
Emergency crews on the scene of an accident blocking the right lane, beach line eastbound at Jetport Drive, McCoy Road, Boggy Creek exit 8. Slow going on I-4 eastbound between County Road 46 and 1792. And you have lots of company on I-4 westbound between the beach line and 535. See traffic troubles. Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Katie Wilkins.
This report is sponsored by Paul Davis Restoration, serving coastal and central Florida.
When fire causes major damage, the road to recovery can feel overwhelming. Paul Davis Restoration responds fast with the expertise to handle even the largest fire losses. Learn more at office.pauldavis.com. Paul Davis Restoration. When things go wrong, we do what's right.
If you want your windows, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Protect your home with factory direct impact windows from Reese Windows and Doors. At Reese, they've been installing affordable, high-quality windows for over 50 years, and most windows are installed in under 8 weeks. Get out your phone, because now is your chance to win them for free. Just text the word TRUST to 20129 to win $25,000 in new windows from Reese Windows and Doors. Text TRUST to 20129 and good luck from Reese Windows and Doors.
Guys, this Valentine's Day, surprise you with the most personal, most romantic, most meaningful gift ever. Jewelry from International Diamond Center. When you do, the folks at IDC make sure that you've got all the bases covered. Roses, chocolates, a gift card for a romantic dinner. It's the ultimate Valentine's bundle. At IDC, they've put together a special selection of ready-to-wear gifts, from classics like diamond pendants and diamond earrings to stunning new creations from top bridal designers. Italian gold jewelry, rare gemstone jewelry. These are gifts that she will love forever. Let the experts at IDC make it easy. Spend as little as $199 and they'll give you the roses, chocolates, and a gift card for dinner. Or you can finance your Valentine's gift with 0 interest for 36 months. This Valentine's Day, let the experts at IDC show you how to say I love you louder than ever with a gift that shows how much you care. International Diamond Center, Altamont Springs, Waterford Lakes, and Marl Millennia. Shop online at shopadc.com. On approved credit, it's International Diamond Center.
Friday, kick off the Winter Olympics in style with the opening ceremony from Italy.
We are ready to roll.
Friday at 8 Eastern, 7 Central on NBC and Peacock.
Hear that? That's Mike. He took ZQL Pure Z's, so now he's sleeping soundly on a Sunday night. ZQL Pure Z's are fast-acting melatonin gummies with a complementary botanical blend to help Mike get the sleep he needs to wake up refreshed and ready to conquer Monday.
Let's do this Monday.
ZQL Pure Z's, just for sleep. Really great sleep. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Use as directed.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. After my husband died, the last thing I wanted to think about was money. Ethos made it affordable to get life insurance. Signing up was fast and 100% online. I knew that I could pay our mortgage and have food in the fridge. I could focus on my kids. No one ever tells you how much you're going to depend on that policy. I am so grateful we had coverage.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/protect. That's ethos.com/protect. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
And the winner of the iHeart Podcast Award is...
You can decide who takes home the 2026 iHeart Podcast Awards Podcast of the Year
year by voting at iHeartPodcastAwards.com now through February 22nd. See all the nominees and place your vote at iHeartPodcastAwards.com.
Audible is a proud sponsor of the Audible Audio Pioneer Award. Explore the best selection of audiobooks, podcasts, and originals all in one easy app. Audible. There's more to imagine when you listen. Sign up for a free trial at audible.com.
Members Only is brought to you by Corona Cigar Company. CoronaCigar.com. We are Orlando's sports leader, broadcasting live from the FM 96.9 The Game studio. Brought to you by the Nickley Group, Orlando's home team. Doing real estate differently. TheNickleyGroup.com. This is the Beat of Sports.
If we, the supposed working media, were really honest with ourselves, how many dumb questions do we ask? Or better yet, how many times do we not actually ask the question, but we do the talk about that drive in the fourth quarter? What about it? Just talk about the drive. Is there something specific about the drive you want? Was it the right place? No. But don't lose your mind like some of these people. And again, I just clicked to refresh my Twitter. It's just nonstop. This is totally unethical. Ethics in our industry? Listen, man, the world of reporting, still practiced by many, and some do really well, was long replaced as the majority of coverage by what? Opinion. There's a reason why that four-letter network spends most of its days on opinion programming. Do I like it? No, but I'm not the old guy hanging out on the porch. I like to take a swim once in a while.
The Beat of Sports with Mark Daniels. Weekday mornings following the bridge at 9:30 on FM 96.9 The Game. Orlando's sports leader.
We're with Liam after his fourth military move, when being new is starting to get old. We're with Tara during the holidays, when she misses home the most. We're with all service members and their families who need connection, comfort, and a home away from home. You with them? Learn more at uso.org today.
Orlando's new home for Florida State football is AM 810, Fox Sports Radio Orlando. Hear every game live on AM 810. Or search Fox Sports Radio Orlando on the free iHeart Radio app. Game Off with Bianchi and Kravitz is back. Time to see if they're ready to put their money where their mouth is. Let's get into another round of Bet It or Forget It.
5 o'clock hour rolls along. The world-famous daily segment, Bet It or Forget It, brought to you by Better Edge, the app that allows bettors to compete against each other socially as you can this Sunday for the big game. Use the promo code BeatBrandon and sign up for $20 upon your first arrival. That's betteredge.com or on the Better Edge app. Oh, I never told you my Super Bowl fun fact of the day.
What?
Over the last 2 seasons with the Seahawks, 10 quarterbacks under the age of 25 have faced Mike McDonald's defense. Those quarterbacks are 1-9, 7 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, and have been sacked 30 times.
Wow.
That would be Drake May under the age of 25. Not good if you are a Patriots backer. Jaden, hit the music. Let's get into it. Bet it or forget it. We'll start with our top story of the day. Gus Malzahn calls it quits from the coaching profession, citing a desire to, quote, spend more time with the family. Bet it or forget it. If not for Cam Newton, we would not know the name Gus Malzahn.
Well, he was the offensive coordinator at Auburn when Cam Newton was the quarterback and they won the national title. No, forget it. Gus Malzahn was a good coach at Auburn. Not a great coach, but he was a very good coach at Auburn, had a significantly winning record in the SEC. He beat Nick Saban 3 times, which was more than all the other coaches in the SEC at the time combined. He came within 13 seconds of winning a national title at Auburn. Of course, Florida State, Kelvin Benjamin catches that pass in the Rose Bowl with 13 seconds left, and they end up beating Auburn for the national championship. No, Gus Malzahn was a really good head coach at Auburn. He started out pretty good at UCF, but it kind of came unraveled because of quarterback issues. But no, I think Gus Malzahn, I think his legacy is a very good college football coach.
I think his legacy is the kick six. That was one of the greatest moments in college football history, and that was without Cam Newton. He wasn't on that team.
No, Gus Malzahn wasn't the head coach when Cam Newton was the.
He was the coordinator.
He was the coordinator. Gene Chizik was the head coach.
Bet it or forget it continues with the UCF Knights surging in the win column recently. Bet it or forget it, Johnny Dawkins has bought himself at least another year, no matter how the rest of the season turns out. Realistically speaking.
Yeah, like if they were to lose the rest of their
Well,
game.
that's not going to happen.
But yeah, then bet it. Bet it. Because, barring a complete meltdown, I do think UCF's going to make the tournament this year. Obviously, Johnny Dawkins, as a man and as a mentor, he is beloved among his players. He's beloved among the college basketball community. Obviously, he's a legend at Duke, where he got a standing ovation this past, a few weeks ago when UCF went up to Duke for that exhibition game. So, yeah, Johnny Dawkins has earned at least another year. If things go the way they're going right now, he's earned a bunch of years on a new contract extension.
This is the funny part about fandom is you've had most UCF basketball fans that have been calling for Johnny Dawkins to lose his job. And if he takes this team to the tournament, and if they're able to win another game in the tournament like they did last time, it'll go from, we want this guy gone, to, are we going to lose him? That'll become the conversation.
Yeah.
You become fearful of actually getting poached in the college basketball world. Super Bowl Radio Row Week is here. Bet it or forget it. While this might come across as salty since we're not there in Santa Clara, Radio Row Week is one of the worst weeks of sports talk in the entire calendar year.
Forget it. No.
Forget about it.
No. I think it's one. You talking about for the listeners or for the hosts?
For the listeners.
Still forget it. No, you get a chance to interview a variety of different NFL personalities, players, all of that. They sit down with you. You can yuck it up with them, ask them questions that aren't the nuts and bolts questions you usually ask them during, the regular season. No, I think Radio Row is great for listeners. It gives the host a chance to sort of open up their repertoire, if you will.
I think it's great promotionally. It looks like you're a big deal if you're at Radio Row. You get some big interviews. You might get a great moment that cuts a good clip for a promo or for social media. But I think as far as the full body of the show goes, it's too much of a deviation from what people like about the shows that they tune into in the first place. And it becomes about interviewing just this never-ending parade of big guests that all have something else that they want to promote, so you end up pushing some stem cell research or something like that.
Yeah.
I think it, for the most part, is one of the worst weeks of radio. But I also would not have that stance if we were there,
right.
So I am perhaps hypocritical and salty. The All-Star stage is set. Team World versus Team USA. Bet it or forget it. Now that the NBA has had to switch gears for the third time in recent years, players who used to treat the All-Star game like a joke are going to stiffen up and try their best.
Bet it. Absolutely. I've been calling for this for a few years now. If you really want to liven up the All-Star game, put the international players against the American players, and you have a Ryder Cup type of atmosphere. Golfers get fired up for the Ryder Cup when maybe they don't get fired up for a normal PGA Tour stop. They'll get fired up for the Ryder Cup. I think this NBA All-Star game is going to be the same because the international players like Wemby and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and that bunch, Jokic, they're going to bring it. They're going to want to show that world basketball is better than USA basketball.
Yeah, I don't think Giannis is going to be a part of it. He's going to be busy trying to figure out where he's getting dealt to.
Right.
Although I think that the All-Star game is actually after the trade deadline, so he will already have gone to his next location. By the way, the outside of Milwaukee, him staying with Milwaukee until the summer when they would possibly trade him then, Chicago has zoomed to the top of the odds boards as far as a possible destination. So that's something to look for.
Are they shipping Vooch to Chicago?
I think he would definitely be part of that. Yeah, shipping him to Milwaukee, and then he would play with
Milwaukee.
Cole Anthony. It just becomes a collection of old Magic collectibles.
Maybe we can bring Fournier, Evan Fournier.
That's a good idea. Bad Bunny took home Album of the Year at the Grammys last night, Mike. But if the vote was up to you, you would have given it to Sabrina Carpenter for Man's Best Friend.
I love Sabrina Carpenter. I love the Carpenters in general. I mean, we've only just begun. Muskrat Love. The Carpenters are amazing.
No, this is a different person.
Oh, it's not.
No, that's not.
It's not part of the Carpenters.
No, this is just an individual girl.
I don't know who that is.
Okay.
All
right. Well,
forget it.
Forget about it. All right, secondary one. They only gave him the Grammy of the Year because he's the halftime show performer as a way to boost his Q rating and the overall rating.
No, the Grammys don't play that game. Forget that. They don't play that game. Although he is I was reading, his album of the year. I don't know the name of it. All right, but his album of the year, first Latin album ever to win Grammy's album of the year.
Huge.
And then, of course, he had the political statement during his acceptance speech, which has all the Super Bowl fans all nervous as to what's going to happen at the Super Bowl when he performs.
I would try and pronounce what his album's name is, but I'm not sure that I would do it justice. So we're going to leave that alone. No, we're good. We're going to leave that alone. Up next, that's better or forget it. On a Monday, the Gus Bus has pulled into the garage. We'll get into that next.
Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz.